what the new coaching staff was building at Oakland. And I'm looking to possibly do something business-related, not really sure yet, but those are kind of the plans right now, and I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, for sure. I always ask guys, like, we're sitting here in the fall, what you want to study, and I guess some guys kind of know, but I know I had changed what I want to do 3 times, and then even once I was in college, somewhat changed, even though I'm here doing broadcast stuff. So I don't know why I ask, but I guess it's at least a little bit of a picture of where things are going. So that's exciting, of course. Shows off the breadth of athlete that you also are outside. And looking back to football, so this weekend, the first ever battle between the backyard Bulldog rivals here, Granville Byron Center. I guess tell us a little bit about some of the things you're looking at going into this matchup when you look at a Byron Center team that, they're pretty physical, they're tough on both sides of the ball, really, and kind of some of the things early in your prep work that you as a team maybe are kind of starting to look into and trying to do in order to carry forward another good performance.
Yeah, absolutely. We know they're going to come in the first meeting, I think, between us, and we know a lot of guys over there. They know a lot of us, so it'll be fun. We know that we're going to have to play physical because we know that they're going to come in ready to go, because any team that's going to come and play an offense like ours and a team like ours, they have to come in ready to go, play quick and physical. So we know that they're going to come in doing that, and we're going to have to match that, and we're going to have to match it greater than they will if we want to come out and do what we want to do. Exactly,
and I think it's also a game that I think is really important that now you're getting back to West Side teams. You saw a little bit of the passing attack of what Grand Blanc brings to the table, which maybe mimics some of like what Rockford will do, but kind of seeing one of these, quote-unquote power spread type offensive systems in terms of looking at the defensive side of the ball. I think an important matchup to get back on the West Side, see a West Side team, and start to go through that progression of kind of similar play style to what you'll see in the OK Red, a game before you start that always tough gauntlet.
Absolutely, yeah. Grand Blanc, they definitely had a great passing attack on us, but we showed that we could handle it a bit. But Byron Center is going to come at us. They're going to run. They're going to throw. They're going to boot out. Their quarterback's going to run. So they're going to do a lot of different things to us that we didn't see as much as Grand Blanc, because their quarterback wasn't much of a runner. But Byron Center is going to run with their quarterback a lot. So that's something that we're definitely prepping for, and we know that they can run it in multiple other positions as well, and they can throw it a little bit too.
All right, absolutely. I can't wait to see that game get underway this Thursday night. Carson, thanks again for your time. It was a pleasure having you on this week.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you. This is Michigan Game Night. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to the Granville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. Nate Chandler with you here on Michigan Game Night. Thanks again to Granville senior quarterback and defensive back Carson Smith for joining us this week. The Bulldogs getting ready to run through the inflated Bulldog tunnel, through the cheerleaders, past the band, onto the field in just a moment, CT. But let's get into this matchup a little bit. Granville Bulldogs, already talked about what they bring. How about the Byron Center Bulldogs, a team that, first off, on offense, we talk about all these power spread type offenses. Some are more power, some are more spread. This is a team that puts the power in the power spread. They like to go read option. They have quarterbacks, a couple, including the senior Hunter Schichtel, that can run, very effective at what they do. They have a defense that knows how to stop the T. It's a really interesting matchup, and Byron Center brings an interesting couple of features to what they're going to be able to do to the Granville Bulldogs.
Yeah, a little different variation, similar setup to what we saw last week in Grand Blanc, where they're going to spread you out, multiple receivers on the field, but a complete different approach to how they're going to come at you. They're going to try to use the quarterback to run the football a lot more than what the Bulldogs saw last week. Try to get their quarterback involved, 3 rushing touchdowns last week, and then another by the backup quarterback. So both guys able to run the football, going to be a threat. How much they rotate those guys in it's yet to be seen, but both guys a threat, and that's something the Bulldogs have seen quite a bit. I mean, a similar offense to when you think of the OK Red, Huntsville, maybe even a little bit of Rockford, where they're really able to utilize their quarterback running the football, and something the Bulldogs have seen and have had some struggles with, but looking to crack down on.
Yeah, and a defense for Byron Center that's very, very experienced at stopping the T as well. You think about a lot of games in the past with how the conferences were aligned against UN West, against Unity Christian, others, so they know what they're doing too. Physical team, a little bit different challenge than what Grand Blanc brought last week. We had a quick step aside one more time for a Michigan Sports Radio Network break. When we come back, we'll have a little bit more talk about this one, and then we're getting close to getting ready to go from this one. It's the season opener at Bulldog Stadium. It's a backyard Bulldog battle. Granville Byron Center, right on the other side of this on MGN.
Hello, West Michigan sports fan. I am Mark Kimball. I'm president of the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. This is our 50th year, and in our 50th year, we like to sit around and chat about all the great things that have happened in the world of sports in our community. I need your help in helping me remember which of those athletes, teams, and events were the most important or the most fun for you to participate in. We're running a series of surveys that are asking for your input in identifying your favorite sporting event over the last 50 years. Some of my favorite events were the very first Whitecaps game or the very first Hoops game. What were your favorite events? And then I like to think about who are the best athletes that we've seen in the last 50 years, both from a female and a male perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your
finally,
time. This
tell
is
me
your
who your
team.
favorite team is and what they accomplished over the last 50 years. I look forward to hearing from you on your favorite sports memories.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make your community a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football and 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit bowlingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
This is your
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
For over 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Also D-line, number 71, Timothy Clay.
And welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. We've quickly found our way through the national anthem and getting ready to go a little bit early here from Bulldog Stadium. Granville Byron Center for the first time in these teams' history, CT. It's going to be so exciting. Both teams are finishing the warm-up here. They had a meeting of captains earlier. Now, after the national anthem, looks like we're actually another quick one in. Granville, it's a throwback Thursday here on the final game before the Labor Day weekend, and they got the throwback uniforms for the Bulldogs. The uniforms are maroon, numbers in white, trimmed in gold, gold and white trimming on the shoulders. Pants are gold for the Bulldogs. The helmets are the distinctive Granville block, white G on the maroon helmet, a gold stripe
down the center, and Byron Center in the traveling white uniforms. Their final game, I believe, actually, in this grouping of uniforms. They had some new ones that didn't quite make it in time that were supposed to be here originally for tonight, but they've got the traveling white uniforms, numbers in orange for Byron Center. The helmets are black with the Byron Center Orange Bulldog logo on it, and pants are in black. Both teams finding their way out onto the field and getting ready to go from Bulldog Stadium. Beautiful, beautiful night for football here, CT, as the Granville side gets ready to open up their home season. Byron Center won the toss. They deferred the option. They'll get ready to send this one away. And it's their sophomore, Alex Wabin, that'll be booting this away from his own 40 in just a minute. Byron Center sends it right to left across your radio dial. And the Bulldogs will send Tyson Mann, the senior, had a kick return a year ago against Rockford, back to send this one home. Also, by the way, the sophomore, Easton Sadinsky, back from a week 1 injury. He will be part of the return unit, along with Ethan Newville, a pair of sophomores up at the 20. The lone deep man, though, is Tyson Mann. Here we go. Bulldog Stadium getting ready to open for the year. And it's Bulldogs on Bulldogs. Both teams 1-0. Granville, Byron Center, the final non-conference game of the 2022 campaign. And here we go. Wabin sends away a short kick that is taken at the 14-yard line with the feet offset by Tyson Mann. Shimmies over the 30. Burst of speed at the 40. Right sideline 50. Able to get away from the tackle. Walking the tightrope at the 30. 25-20. All alone. 10-5. Touchdown Granville. Tyson Mann brings it back, and the Bulldogs have the early lead. Oh, he did it last year, CT, and right away Tyson brings out the excitement in the Granville side.
Yeah, how about that to open up the home football season here? The very first play brings it back. You mentioned Tyson Mann, the lone returner back there. He was going to be getting the football. If he had a chance, he was going to bring it back last week. Had a couple nice returns that got brought back on some special teams penalties, but this time, no flags on the field. He gets down the sideline on a huge play to open this game up.
76 yards. And 11 seconds off the clock, and it's 6-0 Granville in the Bulldog battle. And the Bulldogs will go for 2. As I said on the show this week, on our Tailgate Report show, if I say dogs, that's probably Granville. If I say Bulldogs, that's Byron Center. Well, apparently someone heard me here at Granville High School because they put the same thing up on the scoreboard, as you can see on the scoreboard if you're watching through MGN. Bulldogs go to a single wing formation on throwback night. Direct snap, Carson Smith angles over right guard, dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. How about that? A shotgun snap out of the old school single wing, and the Bulldogs lead at 8-0. We'll be right back here on MGN.
Business and sports have a lot in common. Members of a team need to stay focused on their goal of preparing for the game and winning the contest. Here at Centennial Securities Company, we work along the same lines. Every day we prepare to win, except that our win is the level of satisfaction and service that we provide our clients. It's an excellent game plan, and one that we play by for the entire season. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back here to game night. Nate Chandler with you. 8-0 Granville. Tyson Mann, 76-yard kickoff return to open up the ball game of the Bulldogs with a quick lead over the Bulldogs. Granville versus Byron Center here. Do you have an athlete looking for an outstanding in-house recreational team experience? Michigan Sports Academies offers in-house 6-1-6 teams in basketball, soccer, volleyball, and lacrosse. The low-cost, low-commitment programs offer quality, paid coaching, and state-of-the-art facilities. Fall seasons are starting soon, so visit MichiganSportsAcademies.com to enter. Left to right, Isaac Strock puts it away for the Bulldogs. This is a short tumbling kick that's taken by an up man at the 21-yard line and into a scrum. The tackle's made at the 31-yard line. That was Logan Tungate, the sophomore, who we'll see play some backup quarterback. We'll also see him play safety that took that one back. And now we'll see Byron Center under head coach Mark Sisko get their start to this one. Eric Stiegel, of course, the head coach for the Granville Bulldogs. It's KJ Landis running the defensive play calling for the Bulldogs on the sideline for the Granville Bulldogs. And Byron Center gets ready to go to work out of that power spread set. Scored 34 points a week ago. They'll operate out of a 3-receiver set to open things up. Wingback goes to the left side of the line. And it's Hunter Schichtel, their senior left-handed quarterback, that'll take the snap, puts the wing back in motion, straight quarterback dive up the gut. He'll get as far as the 34-yard line before it's Aiden Doran chopping him up from behind. Gain of 3 or 4 on first down for Schichtel on the straight quarterback drive to open up this game. Thanks to everyone tuned in through Michigan Sports Radio on the app and the website, as well as thanks to everyone tuning in tonight through the Granville Athletics YouTube page and the live stream going on there as well here tonight. Byron Center, after 4 yards, goes 2nd and 6 up to their own 34-yard line in between the hashes. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. 2 wide receivers set from the gun. Schichtel looking back to Coach Cisco for a new call on the sideline. Tight end to the left side of the line, wing back to the right. Bulldogs shifting up the offensive front, loading it up, or the defensive front loading it up on the left side. Snap to Schichtel, give to 70, but some motion from the wingback, Blake Otto, and that'll be a loss of 5 yards, a false start, and it goes back now to a 2nd and 11. So early mistake there as the wingback gets moving across the line a little too early for the Bulldogs of Byron Center.
Timing's been a little bit off on both snaps for Byron Center. I think really could have been called the first time the official deciding not to blow the whistle, lets it go. That time a little more obvious, the movement before the snap. Going to back him up now, 2nd and 10.
Schichtel relays a new message in. They're back now to their own 30. They'll call it 2nd and 10 this time, in between the hashes again. 1 receiver out wide to either side, tight end and wingback loaded up to the right of the line. Bulldogs, 4 down linemen, showing some pressure with Dorn. Snap to Schichtel. Run up the middle, twists away from one defender, and twisted down back at the 26-yard line. Busting through and making that tackle is Newville, the sophomore. Didn't see quite as much of him last week, but able to bust through right away. The Bulldogs have a little bit slightly different unit out there, even with this defensive group this week, as they're mixing things up as they always do with Coach Landis' defense. That'll make it 3rd and 13 now for Byron Center. Back to their own 26-yard line. 8-0 Granville. 10:05 and less to go in the first. Very good start for the Granville Bulldogs in this one. The defense looking for an early stop as well to go along with the Tyson mann kickoff return.
Straight quarterback power run that time, able to get some movement along the defensive line and then able to clean it up in the backfield. Now 3rd and long, tough spot for this Byron Center offense.
3 receivers set from the gun. Schichtel, the lanky senior quarterback, leans in, gets a snap, rolls across his body right to pass. Some pressure coming, forced to tuck it down, evades one defender at the 25, runs over the 30, and dives down into the tackling pile at the 36-yard line. He'll be 3 or 4 yards short of the first down. But again, it was a story last week, Chandler. Bulldog pressure in the backfield all night long so far. Reed Graverson part of it. Graverson wore 16 a week ago, the sophomore, wearing 35 this evening. 4th and 4 up to the 26, and they will punt it away to the Bulldogs here. Tyson Mann will back to his own 36-yard line, getting ready to receive this one. It's a 4th and 4 from their own 35. Left-footed punt from Schichtel is on the way, and it tumbles out of bounds up to around the 34, 33-yard line. And we'll see the Granville offense and senior quarterback Carson Smith come on for the first time for Granville head coach Eric Stiegel. The Family Fare tailgate special of the week. Family Fare has a special on ground beef for only $1.97 per pound with your Yes card. Check out all the specials at shopsfamilyfare.com. Also, make sure you check out GRSHOF.com. That's Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. You saw it in our pregame show a minute ago, but they're asking, it's their 50th anniversary, and they're looking for your help. The latest question is, who was the top West Michigan male athlete you've watched perform for a West Michigan team or individually in the last 50 years? Bulldogs go out of the 2 tight end tee. Smith turns, give on to Jaden Terry. He's bottled up in the backfield, and the freshman will lose about a yard there on kind of a bumped-off play to open things up. Bulldogs starting unit, the one you expected from last week, comes out. Carson Smith, the senior quarterback, will call the signals. Across behind him out of the tee, Jaden Terry, the freshman tailback. Carson Kopko, the junior, is the fullback. He had 200 yards rushing in a TD a week ago. And Tyson Mann, who had a pair of TDs, one on the ground, one on the air, is the senior running back. He'll play some flanker as well and find his way out as a pass catcher. LaCroix, Stockwell, the tight ends, and the big guys across the offensive line for the Bulldogs. Jackson, Hunt, Bugard, Becker, and Medeiros. You'll see some of DeHaan, some of Kupchak, and some of Nesbitt up front as well for the Bulldogs. They got 1 yard up to the 33-yard line. 2 tight end tee. Defense crowds way in. 2 high safeties for Byron Center. Smith turns to miscommunication. He'll race it up himself over the 35 and dive down to the 38-yard line. Don't think that was quite how it was drawn up. He went to turn and hand the ball off. There was no one there. He's able to book it up himself, though, find some decent yardage. It'll be 3rd and 4 for Granville here up to their own 38-yard line. 7:50 6:54 to go. Clock running down in the first quarter. 8-0 Granville. The advantage, and early, the opening play of the game. Tyson mann kickoff return. Quickly, Bulldogs working back to a 2 tight end tee. Carson Smith wears number 18 this evening in the throwback uniforms for the Bulldogs. Steps under center, give Jaden Terry right side, stumbles over. He's got the first down and pushes the pile down to the 46. Nice run by the freshman right there, CT. Chopped the legs through the hole and then pushed the pile for the first down over the 45.
The Byron Center there is stocking up to try to stop the run. Going to see a lot of that all night long. They brought extra body to the defensive line right at the last second, but Bulldogs of Granville that is able to run right at it. Terry goes off tackle, able to bounce just enough outside and then power finish that run to get a first down and move the chains.
7:15 and less to go first quarter from their own 46-yard line. Right hash mark, Bulldogs, Granville Bulldogs by 8. They'll go to work. Carson Smith, straight give on to Kopko, is actually taken away from Kopko's chest instead. No, it is on to Kopko, up the middle of the field. A whole bunch of miscommunication from the Byron Center defense from myself. Carson Kopko was 15 yards free, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Granville. I tell you what, I've been calling Coach Stiegel's tee for 6 years now, CT. That might be the greatest play of miscommunication I've ever seen. I called it. I knew it was Kopko, but that is one of the most unbelievable miscommunication, misdirection plays we've seen. Touchdown, Granville, 14-0 Kopko.
It looked like Kopko actually had his face mask kind of ripped at as he was crossing the line of scrimmage, but from there nobody knew where the football was. Tungate, the free safety, ran completely past Kopko thinking the ball was in the backfield, and Kopko was going the other way into the end zone.
And Granville is going to call a timeout before they get ready to go for 2 right here. I'll tell you what, that was a little embarrassing right there for myself. I'm not going to lie. And now Granville will get a chance to reset before they get ready for this 2-point conversion try. They already lead at 14-0. 7:01 remaining on the clock. Westonbrook Mower has served the Holland and Greater Grand Rapids area for over 60 years with locations in Jenison and Holland. They carry lawnmowers, string trimmers, leaf blowers, snow blowers, log splitters, generators, chainsaws, tillers, power washers, and much more. Plus, they have a full service department to get you ready for next season. Check out westonbrookmower.com. Auto Body experts with locations in Hudsonville, Holland, Wayland, and Zeeland are sure they can help with your repair needs. They offer lifetime written warranties with every repair. Come find them, and they'll take the stress away because they are the experts. Check out autobodyexperts.com. All right, let's try this again, folks. And they're going to do it again. This is the old school single wing formation. Direct snap to Carson Smith. He'll throw it down to the 1-yard line. Caught and diving into the end zone for the 2-point conversion is Easton Sadinsky, the sophomore. 16-0 Granville. Well, there's a new wrinkle that we've never seen out of Coach Stiegel. It's the old school, as if the power T wasn't old school enough for you. Single wing formation. They're 2 for 2 on it. 16-0 Granville. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Jerry opened the letter. An eviction notice? He and his family couldn't bear to move again. It was warm and they had plenty of space for their acorns. Anxiety took a hold of him. Then suddenly,
you've got squirrels in your engine and they chew through the wiring.
And it was covered, thanks to a farmer's agent. Engine Bay Squatters, May 23rd, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today at 616-531-3441. Your local farmer's agent who helps you plan for the unexpected.
And welcome back to Granville. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. And 16-0 Granville over Byron Center. Been a perfect start for the Bulldogs in this one, CT. The kickoff return, the Carson Kopko touchdown over some of the best misdirection you're going to see out of the Bulldogs T offense. Again, it's a good signal. If they're able to get us, in particular myself, who was laser focused on the ball, you would hope. But if they're able to get us with how long we've been doing this, that just shows you how good of miscommunication that was, misdirection. Isaac Strock sends away a short pooch kick ahead to the 25-yard line, taken past the 30-yard line by the up man. That's the tight end on the reception, Drew Belinsky, and the junior is able to get it past that 30-yard line. We'll see Byron Center get ready to go back to work. 6:57 to go in the first quarter. 16-0 Granville. There was nothing going for the Byron Center offense. Chandler on their first drive of the game. We'll see if they can get anything more going this time.
Yeah, a lot of what we expected. Quarterback running the football. 3 runs for Schichtel. Unable to move the chains. A penalty in there as well. Set them back.
They'll go back two receiver set with a tight end and a wing back, both stacked to the right side of the line. From the shotgun at Schichtel, the senior left-handed quarterback. High snap, give to Sevigny, and Sevigny is cut down right away. Stephen Jackson able to rip him down from maybe a gain of 1 from the 32 up to the 33-yard line. It will be 2nd and 9. But amazing, this front line for the Bulldogs, Chandler. They just change it up in terms of who's there so often, and it works so well. Regardless who's up there, the one guy that's always in the middle of it, though, is Tyson Nesbitt, the defensive tackle, who was so good last week as well.
Yeah, he's already had a pressure in the backfield on the first series, but his defensive line finds ways to disrupt the offense, whether that's shifting around pre-snap or throwing extra bodies, blitzing. They find creative ways to shut down an offense.
3 receivers set. Snap from the gun to Schichtel. Fake. Handoff, drop to pass, fires over the middle, looking for Breet, got at the 50 in stride, and he'll take himself over the 40 down to the 36-yard line, wrestled down from behind by Cash Ruff, but a quick strike to the streaking senior receiver, Brady Breet, and for the first time, Byron Center is into Granville territory as they go to the air for the first time.
Yeah, Breet able to run the post route, got to the middle of the field, had some separation, a well-thrown ball, hit him in stride.
Breet, a senior, had a touchdown grab a week ago. Stars, part of a family that stars on the hockey rink as well, part of those incredible Byron Center teams that we've seen the last couple of years. Covered a couple of those teams on Michigan Game Night over the year. 1st and 10 up to the Granville 34-yard line. 2 receiver set from the gun. Schichtel, number 9, hands off. 70 whistles cut the air. The second he snaps it, we've got a false start. It'll be 1st and 15 for Byron Center here. So 5:47 to go, 16-0 Granville early, but for the first time, Byron Center starting to move the ball just a little bit, Chandler, and I think maybe starting to show a little bit that the pass game may have to be a part of a factor of it for them here tonight. And it's a little bit different spread because a lot of times they do like to work with one tight end, one wing back out of a 2-receiver set, so it crowds in the defense a little bit. And it looks like now they have changed the call, and it's actually going to be an offsides on Granville, and the ball will go to the 29-yard line for a 1st and 5. So change of the call, and Byron Center will get ready to go to work inside the Granville 30-yard line now with 5:42 and less to go as they run in from the sideline for the call. Something interesting this team does. Schichtel stays on the sideline, and it's one of his receivers that runs back to Coach Cisco. That time it was the sophomore slot man, Isaac Lee, that came in with a call. They'll go 2 wide receiver set, back out of the shotgun formation. Justin Sevigny to the left hip here of Hunter Schichtel. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen, showing some pressure also with Aiden Dorn with Reed Graverson as well. Schichtel steps into a tight shotgun. High snap, gives Sevigny, cuts it up. Nowhere to go. Stephen Jackson pulls him down again. Sevigny able to maybe get a yard diving ahead right there, but Stephen Jackson coming off the edge and really shutting down the run right now, Chandler.
Yeah, we saw it last week. Grand Blanc tried to run the football throughout the course of that game, and the Bulldogs able to shut it down. It's been tough for opposing teams to run against this Granville defense early on in the season. I think you're exactly right with Byron Center going to have to make the Bulldogs Granville respect the air game just enough to try to open up some running lanes.
Dual receivers go left. Tight end, wing back to the right side of the line. 2nd and 5 from the 29-yard line. Schichtel leans in. High snap the helmet. Drops to pass. Whistles down. And another flag is down, and this will be a false start, and this will now make it a 2nd and 10 for Byron Center. 4:32 to go in the first. For Coach Cisco, again, a team that scored 34 points last week. Clay, Pulaski, Steenbergen, Collar, and Perez. Your big boys up front on the starting unit for them. Hunter Schichtel, a senior quarterback, and a big cast of characters at receiver. We heard from Brady Breet, Isaac Lee, Jackson Perez, Gio Nick Castro we'll see. We've seen the senior tailback, Justin Sevigny, Luke Laska, their running back. The sophomore also gets some action. Otto's the wing back. Vandenberg and Champlin are both out wide at tight end for this unit. A lot of different pieces that they're going to be willing to use, and they're now up to the Granville 34-yard line after the 5-yard penalty. They'll go 3 wide receiver set. The Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. Schichtel from the gun, 70 to his left hip. Couple of seniors in the backfield here. Chest high snap, dropping to pass. The lefty clutches, fires deep left side, looking for Breet. Diving grab, caught, touchdown, Byron Center. What a grab by Breet over top of Tyson man in coverage, and Byron Center's on the board with a deep strike to the senior. 34 yards.
Breet just able to get along the sideline, just a straight go route. Gets behind man just enough. Schichtel threw the ball up there that had a lot of air underneath it. Looked like for a second man going to have time to run underneath it, try to make a play, but all out dive in the end zone by Breet to bring that one in.
Alex Wabin, the sophomore, will get ready to look to add the extra point in a 16-6 ball game.
On the hold of Landon Tungate,
Snap down from Tungate, kick up, it's a low twister, and that one barely finds its way through the uprights, but it does tumble home, and Byron Center adds one more onto the total. 16-7, Granville, 3:56 to go in the first here from Bulldog Stadium. West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports in Jenison is your source for quality family and sports-related chiropractic care. Visit West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports at www.wmchiropractic.com for more details. Did you know roller skating is in full swing? Terry Hall Roller Rink in Granville is open Thursday through Sunday with a variety of hours to meet your family's needs. Visit terryhall.com for details. All skate. Everyone skate. Byron Center, after getting themselves on the board, will get ready to send this one away right to left across your radio dial. Thanks to everyone tuning in here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio as well through the video feed on Grandville Athletics. Those are the lucky ones of you that actually knew that Carson Kopko scored right away on the second Bulldogs score, and that's how it happened last. The offense was on the field for the Bulldogs. This time, Byron Center sends it away right to left off the foot of Wabin, and it tumbles out of bounds at the 15-yard line. They were kicking away from Tyson Mann, didn't want to deal with that again, and instead they'll give Bulldogs excellent field position up around midfield to that 40-yard line after the penalty. So here comes Carson Smith and company. Chandler, they made it look easy, mostly with the one misdirection play, but we saw Byron Center stuff in, do what they could to stop the run game until the misdirection play. They were able to force the Bulldogs to kind of chunk it along a little bit. We'll see what happens this time out as Granville starts at the 35, not the 40. On this drive, got to get my high school rules set as the Bulldogs will come out and operate from the right hash mark. Two tight end T for Granville from their own 35-yard line. They win at 16-7. Carson Smith under center, wearing 18 tonight on throwback uniform night for the Bulldogs. Handoff. Tyson Mann, the senior, got through the hole. Burst of speed over the 45, and he'll fall down to the 46-yard line as he's tugged down from behind. Champlin on the tackle there for Byron Center. Bulldogs working very quickly. The Granville Bulldogs, that is. 1st and 10 up to the 46-yard line here. Unique defense. 4 down on the front line, then 4, then 3 up top here as Carson Smith relays a new message here for the Bulldogs. They go back under center. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Give on to Kopko up the middle, and he got grabbed onto right away and falls back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 right back at that 46-yard line for the Bulldogs here after they try to operate with some tempo right there.
Yeah, that time Kopko actually brought down right at the line of scrimmage, but the Bulldogs, again, I got to quit doing that. Granville trying to go up-tempo a little bit. There was a couple Byron Center players on defense trying to get off the field. It looked like if they had snapped the ball right away, probably would have had a too many men on the field penalty, but instead tried to go with the hard count. Byron Center did not jump, and then a no gain there on 1st down.
All right, Smith back under center, 2 tight end T, 2nd and 10 from their own 46 for Granville. They lead at 16-7. Delayed handoff. Jaden Terry over right guard, drags the defender with him up to the 50-yard line. It was one of the big boys up front that just threw himself at Terry, and somehow the freshman able to slither ahead to the 50-yard line before he was eventually brought down. I think that was Braden Purdock that was one that grabbed down and held on to him up to the 50-yard line. So 3rd and 6 for Granville right from midfield. Ball on the right hash mark. 2.5 to go first quarter. 16-7 Granville. Back to the 2 tight end T as they face a 3rd and 6. They converted their lone 3rd down of the game on their last drive. Snap to Smith, give Tyson Mann up the middle, stutters the feet, got the 1st down, burst of speed, spin move 35, into the open field 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Granville, what a run. Tyson Mann, he's got a kick return, he's got a 50-yard score on the ground now as he spins away from the defender and races into the open field. Granville back up by 2 scores.
Well, we know Tyson Mann can do a little bit of everything. Already the kick return, now a rushing touchdown, also played some defense. We'll see if he can get the hat trick here tonight. But fantastic run. Had the 1st down pretty easily, able to get through the line of scrimmage. Then a great spin move on Tungate. Again, the free safety, the only man back there. Man able to make a miss and then get in the end zone.
It's kind of the catch-22 against the T. You want to load in, you want to stop them at the line of scrimmage, but the problem is when they get those holes, when they get guys moving, all of a sudden it's one-on-one in space. And I'll trust the likes of Kopko, Mann, and Terry in space against most defenders out there. Bulldogs will go for 2. Oh, it's just the T this time. We won't go single wing one more time. 22-7 Granville. Smith under center. Turn, give, Jaden Terry. Stretches it outside into the end zone. 2-point conversion good. Used the speed with 2 hands on the ball the whole time and falls into the end zone. 24-7 Granville. 2:08 to go in the first. We'll be right back to Bulldog Stadium.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
And welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here from Granville. 24-7. Granville over Byron Center with 2:08 to go in the first. And Chandler, the Granville Bulldogs, starting to flex their muscle early on once more in this one as Isaac Strock will get ready to send this away for the Granville Bulldogs in just a moment. Down to Byron Center. Brady Breed, who had the great TD grab, is back to receive along with the sophomore Luke Laska on this kick. They both stand at their own 10-yard line. 2:08 to go, first quarter. Bulldogs in the throwback unis with some gold thrown in on the pants and the helmet. Striding ahead, Strock boots away a very short angling kick taken at the 30-yard line outside the numbers by Belinsky. He'll run it up to the 35 and run into a Bulldog tackling pile where down he goes. Granville has decided to kick it short with Strock and keep it away from a pair of dangerous returns, both Bree and Alaska so far in this one. But Byron Center, it was everything coming to them through the air last time. It was kind of a tough drive running the ball, but two big chunk plays through the air helped get them into the end zone. They start at their own 35 here, CT.
Yeah, still only 11 rushing yards for Byron Center. They've tried a couple different times with the quarterback and got some running back touches in as well, but it's been two connections in the air, both to Breet for 67 yards combined and a touchdown.
Two receivers set from the gun. Both receivers go right side. And it's Logan Tungate, the sophomore, in to play quarterback here. Direct snap to Schichtel coming around the edge. He'll take it outside the numbers at the 40 and step out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Interesting little play right there with the quarterback running in motion and the backup quarterback that was set to take the snap, but they send it around on the end around to Schichtel, and he'll find his way past the 40 to the 41-yard line. Decent gain of 6 on first down there to Schichtel.
Yeah, coming up with creative ways to get your playmakers the ball. Schichtel doesn't always have to be lined up in the quarterback position. That time they mix it up a little bit, give the defense something to look at, thinking he's going to be lined up out wide. They run him and hand it off to him and get him around the outside instead.
Ball on the right hash mark. They put two receivers all the way outside to the left around the numbers. The power back 70 into the right hip of Schichtel from the gun. 4 down lineman for the Bulldogs. Fake give to 70 taken by Schichtel, and he'll dive into a pile at the 40-yard line. A broken play right away right there as they went read option, and the read still had nowhere to go. They'll give him the 41. That's right back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs, the Byron Center Bulldogs. 1:38 to go, first quarter. 24-7 Granville. Dogs over Bulldogs.
We don't want to have a bad night for someone, so if you can help us out, get that moved immediately, because that is close to being moved for you.
From the 41-yard line, right hash mark, thrown 41. Clock ticks under 1:20 to go in the first. 3 wide receiver set for Schichtel and company. He'll operate from the gun. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. Number 9, Schichtel, snap to the lefty quarterback, drops the pass, settles the ball in his hands, throws over the middle of the Breet. Can't hang on to the ball and got hit from both directions. Carson Smith was out there as the roaming free safety to knock him away as well. Tyson Mann will find his way back out onto the field as Byron Center will send it away. They try the crossing pattern to Breet. That time there was a lot of good coverage on him. He can't hang on, and then a couple of hits were coming anyway.
Yeah, the ball was thrown at the right spot, hit Breet in the hands, but Hungerford and, as you said, Carson Smith both there delivering a hit. Tough to hang on to that football across the middle of the field.
Tyson Mann will get ready to receive this one. Looks like it's actually Nicastro that's going to come in to punt this time. Mann stands back at his own 30. 1:06 to go, first quarter. 24-7. Snap is down. Punt away out of the left-footed punt. Bounces at the 31-yard line. Takes a positive Granville bounce back the other way out of a pile. Rolls out of bounds up to the 34-yard line, and that's where Granville will get to start their offense. 2 for 2 on offensive drives, plus the kick return as well. Big night so far for the senior captain Tyson Mann as well. Chandler had the kick return and also that really impressive run last time out.
Yeah, the offense has been on fire really from the start of the season. They've been successful on pretty much every drive that they've started, and it just takes so much pressure off your defense, which has played fantastic as well. But when you've got a lead like this and your offense is going down and scoring almost every time they touch the football, it really allows you to play freely pretty much in all aspects of the game.
Mark will be the 35-yard line. 2 tight end T for the Bulldogs. 4 down linemen for Byron center. Snap to Carson Smith. Give Jaden Terry. Stretches it right side behind some blockers. Gets bottled up trying to turn it upfield and cut down right at the 35-yard line. They'll give him half a yard on the first down carry. It'll be 2nd and 10 right back at that 35-yard line for the Bulldogs. Under 44 seconds to go as the clock runs in the first. Carson Smith looks to the sideline. Throwback unis for the Bulldogs here tonight. Uniforms in maroon, helmets in maroon, but the pants are gold, and there's some gold trimming to go along with the white trimming. The numbers in the stark white for the Bulldogs, for the Granville Bulldogs. Byron center, traveling whites, black pants, black helmets. Granville, 2 tight end T. Under 25 seconds to go in the first. They lead it 24-7. Smith turns, give Tyson Mann left side, nowhere to go. Luke Laska levels him at the line of scrimmage. 16 seconds and less to go. That'll probably do it for the first quarter of play as Byron center had that play shut down right away. Carson Smith comes over to talk to Coach Stiegel. And they're still discussing things, but only 5 seconds and less now. They'll call the rest of the offense back to the sideline. That'll do it for the first. 24-7. Granville over Byron center. The Bulldog offense has looked really solid so far, but Granville will have a 3rd and 9 coming up as we start the second quarter. We'll be right back here from Bulldog Stadium.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Start of the second quarter.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back to Granville. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. The Bulldogs on 3rd and 9 will go out of the single wing formation. Now they'll shift out of the single wing back into another single wing where they'll flip around the other side. The direct snap to Carson Smith, handoff to the end around man, Sadinsky. He's shut down in the backfield, but a penalty marker is down behind the field, or behind the play. Well, that is something. We saw it on the 2 2-point conversions, but that is something in 6 years we have never seen. Bolinski made the tackle. We'll wait to see the call here, but an interesting call for the Bulldogs is they go single wing, and they go, it's a shotgun snap out of the single wing. Make sure you look at it. We're talking 1920s. We normally work out of George Hallis's 1930 offense out of the T, going back to the 20s on the single wing and waiting for the call. It's an illegal motion on the Bulldogs. The Granville Bulldogs. Penalty will be declined. It looks like the Granville Bulldogs will punt this away here. 4th and 11. Back to the 36-yard line. 11:52 to go in the first half, and Granville will punt it away. Ethan Newville, the sophomore, that will punt this one. We heard before the season we might see some of Avon Cott punting, but instead it will be Newville getting ready to punt this one away. Oh, check that. Sorry, it's Avon Cott is wearing 41 here tonight. One of the quick changes on tonight's roster with a throwback uniform. So Cott wearing 41, not 8. We'll get ready to send this away. Steps 1 foot forward, boots it away with the right. This is a nice tumbling punt that'll touch down at the 25-yard line. Take a good Granville bounce and roll inside the 10-yard line. They'll let it roll, and they'll get maybe the 9 before that one's eventually touched up. Very nice putt there from Avon Cott. So Cott able to lock them deep in their own territory, and Byron Center gets ready to go to work, but 24-7, chance to get back within a single score here for Byron Center. They'll have to get a 2-point conversion as well to go along with it, but CT, good opportunity here for them to try to get something going offensively. They, of course, through the air, were able to make it work a drive ago, and then I'll get ready to go back to work. Schichtel from the gun. 2 wide receiver set, 1 to either side. 70, the power back, is the senior tailback to his right hip. 4 down line for the Bulldogs. Chest high snap, gives 70 left side, spins away from the first wave of tacklers, and then Reed Graverson knocks him down after a gain of maybe a yard up to the 11-yard line. They did give him the 10-yard line back on that original mark. 2nd and 9 up to the 11, the official mark. 11:23 and less to go, second quarter. 24-7 Granville. Do you have a youth athlete looking to improve their game this fall? Michigan Sports Academies has fall clinics for volleyball, basketball, soccer, and lacrosse starting this September. They focus on quality coaching and have state-of-the-art facilities. Programs are offered for athletes kindergarten through high school, so check out michigansportsacademies.com for more information. Schichtel and company go back to work from the gun. Ball just shade to the right side of the field slightly. Two receivers go right side. Wing back to the right side of the line from the gun. Chest high snap 70. Chest high snap to Schichtel. Quickly given off to 70. He'll rumble up to the 14-yard line before the inside of the Granville defense. Doran and company cut him down right away at the 14-yard line. Graverson also credited the tackle. It'll be a 3rd and 6 play coming up for Byron Center. 10:35 to go in the first. Talked about Doran, the senior, 16 tackles he was credited with a week ago, CT. It's amazing what the senior, he does a little bit of everything. He'll stand, he'll rush off the edge, he'll play even some secondary if he needs to. He does everything for this Granville defense, and he has been a big part of it. 4 down linemen for the Bulldogs, 2 wide receiver set for Byron Center. With a 3rd and 6 on their own 14-yard line. Snap to Schichtel. He'll run it straight to the left side here. Able to get away from Hungerford. Turn on the Jets and cut it in the open field of 30. 35-40. Left sideline 50. Just Tyson man to beat. And man able to shoestring Tackleman, bring him down at the 35-yard line. But a big run for Schichtel. He ran it straight left across the field. Able to cut it up in the open field. And Byron Center's into Granville territory with a big play.
Yeah, first big run of the night for Byron Center. Quarterback power run off the left tackle. Schichtel showing some nice patience, waiting for the hole to open up, then able to quick cut it upfield, get through and slice through that Granville defense, and then along the sideline where only Tyson Mann able to catch him from behind.
10:05 to go, second quarter. 24-7 Granville up to the 34-yard line for Byron Center. From the left hash mark, 2 receivers go right. Power spread set. From the gun, snap to Schichtel. Fake handoff, drops to pass. Now the pressure's coming from Jackson. He'll be forced to tuck it down and angle out of bounds up to the 31-yard line. Gain of 3 yards or so as Schichtel able to quickly run out of there. Kind of a unique drop back for Schichtel. The lefty drop back almost as a right-handed passer first, and then he's able to rumble out of bounds up to the 31-yard line for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Byron Center. 9:57 to go in the second quarter. 24-7 Granville. Schichtel, 5'10", senior, 3 rushing touchdowns, had 1 more through the air a week ago for the lefty. Has a passing touchdown early to his fellow senior Brady Breet, and just showed the wheels there on that early run. From the gun, 2 receivers go way out wide to the right side, wing back off to the left side of the line. Schichtel working from the shotgun. Tailback is the sophomore who will give it off to Luke Laska. Laska cuts it up, broke away from 1 tackle at the 30, got as far as the 28, and got twisted down by Hungerford and Doran. It'll be 3rd down and medium here for Byron Center after the sophomore Laska run. So we saw a lot of 70, the senior power back. Now it's Laska, the 5'10", 180, plays some middle linebacker, but maybe a little bit more of a speed back in for Coach Sisko's Byron Center offense right now. 9:30 to go, second quarter, 24-7 Granville. It is Granville football on Michigan Game Night and Michigan Sports Radio, presented by the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency and Centennial Securities. Hello to everyone watching through the Granville Athletics YouTube page as well, where we are simulcasting our audio broadcast onto this evening. Back to the shotgun. It'll be Schichtel getting ready to work, the lefty quarterback. The senior steps in. Bulldogs with 4 down linemen. Snap to Schichtel. He'll tuck it straight down to run over the left side of the line, cutting it up, extending the ball as he walks out of bounds. I think he'll have the first down by about a yard, just stretching it over the 25-yard line. He will have just enough, and that'll just move the chains. He needed 4. He pretty much got 4, it looks like, based on the mark. I'd take that back. They're going to mark him a yard short. They will mark him at the 25-yard line. At first, there was some celebration on the Byron Center side. It looked like the chains were even going to start moving. They do not move, though. It is 4th down and a yard from the 25-yard line. 9 minutes to go, second quarter. 24-7 Granville. And a big moment right here for the Byron Center offense as they will try to keep this critical drive for them early going without handing the ball back off over to the Granville offense. Granville offense had a punt for the first time all season on their last drive, and now Byron Center will get ready to go to work. They loaded up this time. 1 wide receiver, 2 tight ends, and a wing back out of the shotgun. Schichtel leans in. Snap to Schichtel. Straight run to pass. Dives for the first down. He's got it up to the 21-yard line. Byron Center moves the chains. They loaded it up. Everyone knew what they were going to do in the straight quarterback dive play. Out of the power set will work for them there. We go inside 8:55 to go in the second. 24-7 Granville.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Everybody kind of knew what that play call was going to be. It's been a heavy dose of Schichtel running. Quarterback power primarily to the left side, and they go right back to it again. Able to cut between the center guard gap and pick up just enough for that first down. An obvious situation, 4th and short there, and down the way they are. Byron Center having to go for it in a big conversion.
1st and 10 up to the 22. They're working quickly. They go 3 wide receiver set. Schichtel from the gun here. Otto, the wingback, off the left side of the line. The tailback is Laska. High snap, held down by Schichtel. Drop to pass, some pressure coming. Evades it to the right side. Flings it off the back foot. Caught by Otto, the wingback at the 15-yard line, and forced out of bounds by Hungerford right away, but a gain of 5 yards. Able to find that safety release valve, and the wingback running across the field. And a good gainer on first down up to the 15-yard line. That's for about 7+ yards here.
Schichtel's looking further down the field, rolling out as he did. Finally able to just dump it off, get a positive gain on first down.
On the dive, they'll give him the mark as the 13. That's a gain of 9 yards. 2nd and 1 up to that 13-yard line. 8:15 to go in the second quarter. 24-7 Granville. Byron Center threatening, though, here. 2 receivers go left side. Out of this 1 tight end, 1 wingback formation. Snap to Schichtel. Rolls straight left, looking to pass. Pressure coming. Fires to the end zone off his back foot. Diving grab attempted by Isaac Lee, but the sophomore just unable to get that outstretched right arm onto it. It'll be a 2nd down, 3rd down and 1 right back at that 13-yard line. Again, Chandler, Bulldogs have got pressure all over, but not able to get enough to bring down the quarterback as of yet in the backfield.
Yeah, at least able to keep contained where Schichtel had to throw that football and couldn't just tuck it and run. I think that's kind of what he was looking to do. Instead had to try to force a pass in to the corner of the end zone where Lee was there, but Cash Ruff also very close in coverage.
It was a sophomore, Brett Becker, that was getting a lot of pressure in the backfield right there. Byron Center goes 3 wide receiver set, 3rd and 1 from the Granville 13-yard line. 8:09 to go, second quarter. Bulldogs by 24-7, the early advantage. Snap to Schichtel, the senior. Takes it straight down, looks to run up the middle. Burst of speed out of that first group of Granville tacklers, and he'll run it up over the 5-yard line. He's got the first down. It was Stockwell that wrestled him down, but Stockwell comes up limping a little bit as he got rolled over awkwardly at the end of that tackle. He'll be able to stay in. He's good, but it's 1st and goal up to the 5-yard line for the Byron Center offense that's really rolling their way down the field now.
Finally able to sustain a drive down the field, and I think now inside the 5-yard line, they're going to keep going back to the well. I think the Granville defense really has to sell out on the Schichtel run and force Byron Center to come off from that to a different play call.
It's a tough, well-coached Byron Center team. We are certainly seeing that right now. 7:51 to go, second quarter, 24-7 Granville. Byron Center, they loaded up again with 2 tight ends and a wingback. Single receiver goes out wide to the right. Man in motion, direct snap to him, and flags and whistles are down because of that. It's a false start as, again, they get the motion going a little too early right there and then try that direct snap to the man in motion. So that illegal procedure is a false start, and it was a legal procedure the way that play was run. And Byron Center will give up 5 yards. It's now a 1st and goal back to the 10-yard line with 7:40 to go in the second. 24-7 Granville. Bulldog home side starting to get amped up a little bit right now.
A couple times when Byron Center's tried to go some motion, and there's, whether it's been called or not, that's already the second false start penalty on offense when they've tried to bring a man in motion, trying to get the football across the field and catch the defense off guard.
They went power last time. Now they'll go 3 wide receiver set. Schichtel will work from the shotgun. 1st and goal from the 10. The lefty quarterback leaning in. Here's the snap. Fake drop. Fake handoff. He'll drop to pass. Run up the middle. Stockwell tugs him down in the backfield for a loss of a yard. It's 2nd and goal back to the 11. Stockwell busting through to make a big play. Stockwell was the Granville football accounts defensive player of the game that they put out because he was so impressive in everything he did. He plays some outside linebacker, plays some defensive back, plays some rusher as well. You see it right there. Able to bust through and make a big play for the Bulldogs. 2nd and goal back to the 11 now for Byron Center.
Yeah, delayed blitz for Stockwell. Almost over pursued. Looked like Schichtel tried to duck underneath him, but Stockwell almost grabbed him and brought him down by the football. It looked like enough to stop him before the line of scrimmage.
Byron Center will break it out. 6.5 to go, second quarter. 24-7 Granville. 3 wide receiver set from the right hash mark. Schichtel leans in. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen, show some pressure. Schichtel straight drop to pass. It's Stockwell racing into the backfield and tugging him down for a sack. Back to the 17 or 18-yard line. Stockwell was all alone, sprinting into the backfield in one-on-one. He'll wrestle down the slithery senior quarterback Schichtel. It's 3rd and goal back from the 17-yard line. 6:04 in the second.
And you're seeing the adjustment from the Granville defense, realizing Byron Center is trying to get Schichtel on the move, whether he's running that way or rolling out. They've been moving to his strong side, which would be the left side of the field, pretty much this whole drive. And so finally now the Granville defense starting to send a blitz. It's been Stockwell coming from that side, running right into the face of Schichtel, trying to shut that down.
It was first and goal from the 5. Now it's third and goal from the 17-yard line. 3 receivers set right in between the hash marks. Schichtel from the shotgun. 4 down lineman for the Bulldogs. Fake handoff. Schichtel throws in the flat to Breek. Got it at the 18-yard line. Steps away from defender. Runs over the 10 and gets tugged down by Tyson Mann at the 8-yard line. It'll be fourth and goal from that 7 or 8 based on the mark right here, CT. 5:20 to go second quarter. 24-7 Granville. And interesting to see what Coach Cisco and Byron Center may come up with this time. Looks like they are running a new unit out, and they may just try to get the 3 points on the board right here. And that is what they are going to do. Kicking unit comes out. It is the freshman, Easton Weichers, that will look to add the 3 points right here. From the left hash mark, this a 24-yard attempt. Snap down, kick is up, and this is a shanked kick that's well short and taken by Cash Ruff in the end zone. I think it may have been tipped on its way. Now Ruff is going to take it out of the end zone and run it past the 20-yard line. There was some confusion there because Ruff straight caught it. I don't know. I don't think it was tipped on its way. It was just straight caught by Ruff in the end zone. Regardless, whether they mark it where he ran out or if they mark it at the 20, it's going to be almost the same place. But I think they're going to give it where he ran out up to the 23-yard line. But they got to get this sorted out right here. There was a lot of confusion, I think, with the way that played because Ruff so nonchalantly caught that one. And in high school, okay, so the correction is there, and that's where the confusion came from. In high school, the MHSAA and national rules are if it crosses the goal line, you cannot take it out like what you see at the higher levels of the sport. So Granville will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. 4:44 to go, second quarter, 24-7 Granville. And the Bulldogs get ready to go to work out of the 2 tight end tee. We'll see how quickly they can get moving down the field on this one after they were stalled last time. Smith, handoff, Kopko, shut down in the backfield, back to the 20-yard line. He was able to force his way ahead, but Byron Center bursted through to stop the Granville junior fullback right away on that one.
Kopko able to bounce off a couple bodies just to get a gain of 1 there, but the Byron Center defense now starting to shut down the run game a little bit. They gave up some big chunk plays early in the first quarter especially. Now starting to collapse in a little bit, shutting down the interior Bulldog run game.
They'll give Kopko 1 yard here up to the 21-yard line. 2 tight end tee, Smith under center. Snap to Carson. Give on to Tyson Mann. Big hole. Cut away from a man at the 30. 35-40. Left sideline 50. A flag is down behind the play. He'll take it over the 40 down to the 35-yard line. He'll angle out of bounds up to the 33 where he was forced out by Logan Tungate. We'll see what the penalty marker is. If it is a hold on the Bulldogs, this one will be coming way back. I believe that is what it's going to be. And it is.
Yeah, looking like the Bulldogs, Granville, going to be walking back. It was thrown by the judge back behind the defense, saw something at the second level, one of the offensive linemen able to get to the second level and then held right as Mann was trying to break that one to the outside.
So a big gain down to the opponent 35-yard line will be negated here for the Bulldogs, the Granville Bulldogs, and then some, as this one will be marked backwards. 3:58 to go, second quarter, 24-7 Granville. And the Bulldogs will get ready to go to work with the holding penalty being assessed right now and marked down. And they will lose a bit from where they initially snapped it. The ball will be marked at the 16-yard line. So second and very long here for the Bulldogs. Smith goes under center out of that 2 tight end look. 2 high safeties for Byron Center. Fake handoff, bootleg right to pass, thrown in the flat, caught by Sadinsky, rumbles over the 30, he'll walk out of bounds at the 35, that's a first down, and a penalty marker comes out. It looks like it was a late hit on Sadinsky out of bounds. So Sadinsky, the sophomore, he was hurt last week, a very excellent pass catcher out of the backfield, able to bring that one in for the Bulldogs as he quickly spelled Tyson Mann, and Granville's got a first down and then some, as this should be a penalty for the late hit on Byron Center. Waiting to see what that call officially will be. Love the play, though, right there on the play action, and they get the sophomore Sadinsky out. It is going to be that 15-yard penalty assessed to Byron Center here, and free yardage up around midfield now for Granville CT.
Yeah, the first time Granville's gone to the air, rolling out Smith to the right, able to dump it off to Sadinsky in the flat, where he then just turns it upfield, makes it happen from there, and then, of course, right as he's going out of bounds, the late hit gets him right to midfield.
First and 10 for Granville, right at midfield of the 50-yard line. Right hash mark, they go to work out of the 2 tight end tee. Tyson Mann back in here for the Bulldog unit. Give on to Jaden Terry. Angles right side. Puts the hand in the back of a defender. Pushing his way down to the 40-yard line. He'll be maybe a yard short of the first down. We'll see the mark. He will be just short of the first down. But nice run there from Jaden Terry. Chopping the feet before Otto wrestles him and takes him out of bounds. Good gainer there for Jaden Terry.
Terry bounced to the outside and then trying to chop the feet right along the sideline. I think he was going to come to the middle of the field and keep that run going, but got just enough of the sideline to where he was marked out of bounds.
They will put him out at the 42-yard line. That's a 2nd and 2. Into Byron Center territory. 3:43 to go for Grandville. 24-7 game. No scoring yet in the second quarter. Snap to Smith. Straight drop to pass. Some pressure coming. Lobs one over the middle. Looking for Sadinsky. Able to hold it at the 10. Took it away from the defender. Dives inside the 5 down to the 1-yard line. Sadinsky, the sophomore. The Bulldogs have got one heck of a pass catcher in this kid as he's able to haul down the deep ball and give the Bulldogs a 1st and goal.
Bit of a forced throw from Carson Smith right in the middle of the field. Sadinsky running a post route. There was 2 defenders, both back there. They were kind of both converging on the throw. An acrobatic catch by Sadinsky just to see it bounce off the defender and then somehow maintain control of it and come down, almost fall in the end zone.
1st and goal down to the 1-yard line. It's Sadinsky in place of Jaden Terry right now on the left side of the running back unit. Handoff. Tyson Mann, big hole, touchdown Granville. Tyson Mann is 3rd total score of the day. He's gotten it on the ground twice. He's got the kick return as well. It's 30-7 Granville with 3:08 to go in the second quarter. What a game for the senior CT. He's now got 5 total touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, man, able to capitalize off a couple nice plays through the air. First time on the night, the Bulldogs opening up the passing game to then go to the run game once they're down in the red zone. They're right at the 1-yard line, just having to power it through. Tyson Mann able to break through the line.
And very dynamic what they're able to do with this passing unit as well. Now with Easton Sadinsky healthy and a different look that they can bring out of the backfield. Smith under center, Bulldogs go for 2. Delayed, faked handoff, bootleg keeper left for Smith, racing to the corner, extends the ball towards the pylon. He's in. 2-point conversion good for Carson Smith. 32-7 Granville with 3:08 to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back here from Bulldog Stadium.
The score is now your Bulldogs 32, Byron Center 7.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
Need to replace that worn-out carpet or floor? Floor Coverings International makes it easy. They bring their mobile showroom to you. Save yourself the trip and gas shopping around. See a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl in the lighting of your own home. Go to floorcoveringsinternational.com today for your free consultation. Work with one team for a hassle-free experience from the quote to installation. And each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated, so they are local business owners in our community. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
And welcome back, Bulldogs. Granville Bulldogs booted away from Isaac Strock up the middle of the field to Brady Brate. He'll take it at the 25, erase it over the 40-yard line and get as far as the 45. Some jawing after the play as well. I saw Mason Albrecht on the Bulldogs side, along with the Granville Bulldogs side, along with a couple Byron Center players getting into it a little bit as this game's gotten physical, but it has gone back further in Granville's direction. CT 32-7 now, Granville. And the pass game, and in particular, the arrival of Easton Sadinsky in the pass game, a big factor on that last drive.
Yeah, really able to come in and spell Tyson Mann, but then right away make an impact. Missed last week, but right away jumping in and affecting the pass game. Able to make a play with his feet on a short throw, and then a nice acrobatic catch down the field to get the Bulldogs moving the ball down the field.
Schichtel works out of the shotgun, starting his own 44-yard line. Snap to Schichtel. He'll take it straight up the middle and dive ahead to the 45-yard line. It's Jaden Terry cutting him down in after about a gain of a yard or two right there at the 45-yard line. This constantly rotating, constantly changing KJ Landis-led Granville defense. I mean, all year long, this has been as heavy as we've seen them really ever rotate, even in the last couple of years. They got a lot of guys that can play, a lot of guys that can play well, and we're seeing them do that right now.
Yeah, so important early on in the season, especially on hot nights like this when you've got so many guys that are capable of playing. You can rotate them in, keep guys fresh, not overwork anybody, especially early on in the season.
Second 8 from the 45-yard line. Jaden Terry will stay out there. He didn't play as much on that last drive as they went
to Sadinsky, playing for him at running back quite a bit. He'll get to play on some defense. Snap to Schichtel, fake handoff 70, drop to pass for the lefty, swings across his body, throws in the flat, caught at the 42-yard line, twisting ahead to the 41.
Schickel's pass is complete to number 22, Jackson Zylstra, put down immediately.
Grab was made by Jackson Zylstra, listed as a running back, came out of the slot right there, and Zylstra able to move the chains ahead to the 42-yard line. But Byron Center, it's been amazing to me, Chandler. Talk about rotations, how many different receivers they've played. I feel like they've had 7 or 8 different guys. They only play 2 receivers, maybe 3 at a time, and they have really changed up that unit consistently. They go to work up to the Granville 42-yard line. Schichtel puts the wing back in motion. He'll drop straight to pass. Pressure coming from Jaden Terry, who gave a big hit as Schichtel let it go. Lobs up a high pass to the 20-yard line. It's caught by 70 over the 20, and he'll push the pile down to the 18-yard line.
Brought in by Jason Savigny, number 28.
70 out of the backfield, able to hang on to that lobbed up ball. Jaden Terry put a big hit on Schichtel, who was able to just get away, but Byron Center moves it inside the red zone here.
Yeah, the pressure just a second too late. Terry delivered the big hit. Schichtel had to pay the price to throwing that one up there. Really didn't get much behind the throw, just kind of lofted it up, but enough space down the field to where Savigny could come down with the ball.
Minute 20 to go, second quarter, 32-7 Granville. Schichtel from the gun, 2 receivers left. Tight end wing back out there. Snap to Schichtel, runs straight left here. Over the 20 and twisted down by Graverson right away. Reed Graverson, the sophomore, hunting him down immediately, and down he goes. 2nd and 10, right back where they start at the 20-yard line. Less than a minute to go, second quarter. Byron Center has to work quickly if they're going to get another score on the board here. They will get the ball to open the second half. Remember, Tyson Mann opened the ball game with a kickoff return, and they got to work. Under 45 seconds to go here. Byron Center has all 3 of their timeouts remaining, but they're going to work here. Schichtel from the gun. 2 receivers go right. Bulldogs showing some pressure. Low snap to Schichtel, drops to pass. Pressure coming. He'll tug it down. He'll angle up, and down he goes at the 21-yard line. Cash Ruff was in the backfield of the tackle, and a late penalty marker comes out. They might be getting Cash Ruff for an unsportsmanlike here. He may have kind of stepped over. The penalty flag came in very, very late after the play. We'll have to wait to see what this call is going to be. I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah, very late. At the end of the play that time, it looked like Schichtel kind of taken down awkwardly and then, tackled for a loss. I really couldn't see what happened from there other than Byron Center a lot of times has rolled out Schichtel like he's going to go to the right, which would be across his body, and then he turns back to the left and then tries to make a play again. That time just going to tuck it and try to run.
And it looks like, based on the discussion that Cash and Coach Stiegel were having on the sideline, very possibly it is going to be against Cash Ruff here.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 9 in the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Result to the first time. First down.
And it is unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct, I should say, on Cash Ruff. That's a half the distance to the goal penalty where they were, so now it goes down to the 10-yard line here for Byron Center. A second down and short, or nearly down to the 10-yard line. It'll be at about the 11, and Coach Stiegel is going to burn a timeout Byron Center is going to burn a timeout right here. 24 seconds to go in the first half, 32-7, Granville. Have you tried the hottest new restaurant in the area? The Derby Tavern in Jamestown is on everyone's list for fine food and beverage, where friends gather and where every hour is happy hour. Visit thederbytavern.com for details. Roll with Crow and stay cozy this fall. Call Crow Furnace for all of your heating and cooling needs. Furnace tune-ups are just $95. And Terrence M says that we've been using Crow Furnace for nearly 30 years and have never had a complaint. So choose Crow Furnace for top-notch American-made products like Amana. See more online at crowfurnace.com. Byron Center will be taking their time coming out of this timeout right here. So both teams, 2 timeouts left. They're getting the scoreboard settled as well. There's been, I think, quite a bit of confusion on these last couple plays. Chandler's been getting things set, but what's going to be an unsportsmanlike call on Cash Ruff hurts the Bulldogs after a great defensive play right there. It'll now be 3rd and 1 from the 11 for Byron Center with 24 seconds to go in the first half. 32-7. Byron Center breaks it out, and we'll get ready to go to work here. Hunter Schichtel, the senior quarterback, works from the gun. He'll have a 3 wide receiver set out there. Blake Otto, the wingback, off the right side of the line. 70 is the tailback. Snap to Schichtel, fake handoff, drop to pass. The lefty looking across, fires to the end zone. Overthrown Hauled in, touchdown, Byron Center. That's Silesdro that got a hand on it and is somehow able to bring it in. I am not sure he caught it, but that's the call. That is a tough play to make. It looks like the Granville defense out there arguing that he potentially used the ground to help bring that one in, but it's a touchdown, Byron Center. It's 32-13.
Just able to knock that one back to himself. The ball was thrown way behind him. Somehow just able to one hand bat it back to himself.
All right, Whiteshires, the sophomore, get ready to try to add the extra point. Snap down, nearly blocked. Kick will tumble its way through the uprights. Good, though. 32-14, Granville over Byron Center with 19 seconds to go in the second quarter. So, both Bulldogs units return to their sidelines. And are you ready to enjoy your career? Royal Technologies is hiring for assemblers, operators, material handlers, and supervisors. No matter what your talents are, there's room for you to learn and grow. Royal offers many benefits such as paid time off, insurance after 30 days, weekly pay, quarterly bonuses, and an on-site gym. And they're even closed on Sundays. Visit Royal online at gotoroyal.com and apply today at Royal Technologies. High-Tone Cleaners with locations in Jenison and Granville, Wyoming offer professional dry cleaning, laundering, bulk laundry service, shoe repair, and repair and more. They also have same-day service if you drop off your items before 9 a.m., including on Saturdays. High-Tone Cleaners also offers pickup and delivery service. Check them out online at hightonecleaners.com. 19 seconds on the clock, second quarter. 32-14, Granville over Byron Center after the Byron Center Bulldogs were able to find their way into the end zone here. It's a pooch kick up to the 32-yard line, fielded by the Bulldogs across the field with Jackson Sanchez, and he'll take it up to the 39-yard line. So 14 seconds on the clock. Quick correction, by the way, that was Otto on the grab for the TD for Byron Center, and the confusion there. So it was Otto, the wingback, able to make what was deemed the great grab, CT, a really tough one, reaching behind him. And the Granville faithful certainly thought he potentially used the ground to bring it in, but the call is an unbelievable grab for Otto.
Yeah, after the penalty, Granville was in a pretty good position to try to come away with a stop. Instead, gives the Byron Center offense a little better field position. They capitalize and get one score before halftime.
All right, 14 seconds, 32-14. Granville will snap it, hand it off right away on to Tyson Mann. Angles left side over the 50-yard line, got the first down, walks out of bounds to the 49. 9 seconds on the clock, and the Bulldogs into plus territory. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining here. Maybe kind of a throwaway. Let's just try to run it, see what happens. And now suddenly you're in plus territory and got to think here if you're Coach Stiegel and company what you're going to do. Mann, Kopko, and Jaden Terry are the running back unit this time for Carson Smith's offense, as Carson is in from the sideline of the call. He'll break the huddle from the 49-yard line. Granville up 32-14, 9 seconds on the clock, second quarter. Smith steps under center. Snap to Smith. Give on to Kopko, bottled up right away, pushes the feet ahead to the 48-yard line for a gain of a yard. We go under 3 seconds to go, under 2 seconds, and there will not be a timeout. It will be halftime. So Granville up 32-14 over Byron Center at the half in this one. A very interesting first half of play. We welcome you in to our Centennial Skiers halftime show. And CT, what makes it really interesting is that late score, Otto able to hang on to an unbelievable grab and able to bring Byron Center a little bit back into this game, and what was otherwise teetering definitely in Granville's direction as we went in the second half. Byron Center just hanging on a couple scores down.
Yeah, a drive that Byron Center desperately needed right there to get back in the end zone. They almost already stalled out once in the red zone, able to finally capitalize there, get themselves a little bit closer going into halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we are going to quick step aside here on the Centennial Skiers halftime show. 32-14, Granville over Byron Center. We'll be right back because we've got a lot more to break down from this one. So do not go anywhere. This is Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Granville Byron Center here on MGN.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
Located just 20 minutes from Grand Rapids and Kent City, the Falls at Barber Creek is one of Michigan's premier golfing destinations. The beautifully designed 18-hole public golf course welcomes golfers of all ages and skill levels. Its challenging track with dramatic elevation changes through breathtaking scenery, including a 40-foot waterfall, makes it a place you're definitely going to want to play. Check out the course with a drone flyover and reserve your tee times at thefallsatbc.com.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best. And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
And welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here. It is the Centennial Securities halftime show. 32-14, Granville over Byron Center in the Bulldog Battle CT. And we'll start things off looking at the scoring recap, getting some stats, and then start to break things down just a little bit from what we saw in the first two quarters of this one. For Granville, they opened things up with a bang. 11 seconds in, kickoff return. Tyson Mann able to take it back, and Carson Smith out of the double or the single wing formation on the direct snap to the quarterback, which is the blocking back out of the old school single wing formation, able to dive in for 8 yards. Then Carson Kopko went 54 yards on the second drive of the game on one of the best misdirection Granville plays I've seen in a very, very long time. Fooled just about everyone in the stadium, including myself at one point in time as well on that play. Kopko goes 54 yards. Granville leads at 16-0 after Smith finds Sadinsky on another single wing 2-point conversion play. And then it was in the first quarter, Byron Center's first score of the game. It was Schichtel finding Breet from 34 yards out. Wabin added the extra point, made it 16-7. And then Tyson Mann closed out the first quarter scoring as he had a 50-yard run. Just big scores for everyone in that first quarter to play. Jaden Terry had the 2-point conversion. It was 24-7. Granville, second quarter, one score for each team. Tyson Mann had a 1-yard punch in for the Bulldogs. Carson Smith had the 2-point conversion. Granville 4 for 4 on the 2-point conversions, 32-7. And then Schichtel found Otto from 11 yards out with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The extra point was good. It's 32-14. Chandler, take us through some of the leading scores, and from that, we'll talk about some of the leading performances from this first half.
Yeah, we'll start with Byron Center. For the Bulldogs, Schichtel 129 pass yards to go with 80 rushing yards, as well as those 2 passing touchdowns as well. Not a lot going on the ground other than that. Svigny with 5 rushing yards, Lasko with 3. As far as receiving, Breet with 77 yards, Otto 20 to go with that touchdown, Zylstra 14, and Svigny with 18 receiving yards rather. For Granville, 59 passing yards for Carson Smith to go with 6 rushing yards. Jaden Terry 21 rush yards, Kopko 56 yards, Mann 74. And then Sadinsky, -2 rushing yards, but 59 receiving yards.
Yeah, let's talk about a couple things. First off, I first want to talk with Tyson Mann. 3 total touchdowns, now 5 on the year. He has 1 through the air, now 3 that have come on the ground, and he adds to that also now with that receiving touch, or with really strong performance with a couple good running efforts along with that return touchdown for Mann. I mean, just very impressive what Tyson has been able to do tonight and all year long, but especially tonight for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's been big. I mean, right from the opening kickoff, immediately you just see the type of playmaker he is when the football's in his hands. The other teams have to respect it, kicking the ball away from him, and then also anytime he's getting the ball out of the backfield, he's able to run the football, and also they're able to split him out wide as a receiving back. So, I mean, really does it all. As we talked about coming into the season, just looking to stay healthy. I think the special playmaker, you saw the flashes of it last year, now through 2 weeks showing his abilities.
Only one man has caught passes for Granville so far tonight. That's Easton Sadinsky, the sophomore. I mean, talk about what he brings to this offense, because at the end of the scoring drive, where he was heavily involved in, that was a Tyson Mann 1-yard plunge drive, 59 yards receiving, because he started out spending time as a spell for Mann, then he wound up coming in for Terry, and that's a really interesting wrinkle when you have 2 excellent, we just learned how good Sadinsky is, but 2 really excellent pass catchers on either side of Kopko, plus a couple tight ends that can catch the ball as well. You're talking 4 really plus receivers that the Bulldogs can use at one time, and we saw it on that drive.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see the Bulldogs offense adapt a little bit. In years past, we've seen maybe one back that can catch the football and really not having to throw the football to many other players in the backfield, but now you're starting to see multiple guys that they can use as weapons, whether that's Sadinsky and Mann on the field at the same time, whether they're going to be swapping out for each other. You've got multiple playmakers that the other team's going to have to respect.
All right, 32-14 Grandville over Byron Center at the half. This is the Centennial Securities halftime show. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back with a lot more to break down from a really interesting first half play. By the way, check out all the other games on Michigan Sports Radio. Mona Shores up a couple scores on Rockford at the half, so an interesting one brewing out there in that matchup for sure. Looking at another big OK Red rival for the Bulldogs. Also West Otto, by the way, opening up with a good performance right now, leading at the half over Portage Northern as they open up their brand new beautiful stadium out in Holland. All right, we'll be right back here on Game Night. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it, you're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
What could be better than a thick, crispy, cheesy to the edge Detroit-style pizza? How about the best Detroit-style pizza? You won't find it in a hut, and it definitely doesn't come from a focus group or a committee. Nope. Because the best Detroit-style pizza on the planet only comes from Detroit, and it's made by Jets. Jets Detroit-style pizza. Better because it has to be.
And welcome back. Nate Dreyer with you here. CT will rejoin us in a minute here at halftime. Centennial Securities halftime show. Just want to thank some of our Michigan Sports Radio Hudsonville area supporters. At Barber Ford, they provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and customer service. With competitive prices on every pre-owned model for sale in their lot, you won't find a reason to visit any other dealership in Holland. Check out our inventory at barberford.net. Also, DJ's Pizza Pub, located in beautiful downtown Hudsonville, serves a variety of outstanding pizzas, including Chicago-style deep dish, thin crust, specialty pizzas along with wings, salads, and subs. You can dine in, carry out, or have it delivered for your convenience. Give DJs a call at 616-669-9550 or visit them online at djspizzapub.com. When it comes to your home parking lot and roads, you want a smooth, safe, and attractive surface for walking and driving. Trust the professionals at Bruce's Blacktop with over 30 years of experience to get the job done right. Check them out online at brucesblacktopllc.com. Of course, also thanks to Centennial Securities, along with the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency, our two presenting sponsors here with Michigan Game Night. We are so supportive of everything they do to help bring our Game Night-specific broadcasts to air. Of course, thanks to all of our partners at Michigan Sports Radio as well for all they do to help keep us on the air. We are getting close to the warm-up period, just a few moments away now, and we're going to get things back underway here from Granville. So don't go anywhere. Warm up, and the team's finding their way back out right now. We'll be right back here in our Centennial Securities halftime show to break down just a little bit more before we get underway in the second half. 32-14, Grandville over Byron Center at the half.
Brady Harmelink ran a strong first high school race, finishing in the top 6.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit bowlingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
Top 5 overall at the Northview Invitational this weekend. This past weekend, the Dogs brought home 2 individual wins from Olivia Kushki in diving and Emma Merkel in the 163. Merkel tallied her first state cut of the year with 54.95. Additional individual scoring finishers from top 3 from Jordan Messina, Avery Terry, San Gabriel, Campbell Moore, Wesley Smith, Isabel Adams, Aubrey Vernon, Kendall Gray, and Adriana Allen. The Dogs face Spring Lake and Ludington tonight. First half recap. The game started off kind of uneventful.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you. Final segment of our Centennial Skiers halftime show. Warm-ups well underway, just about 2 minutes and less now until we get this thing underway for the second half of play. 32-14 at the half CT, and I guess I'll kind of hand it over to you. Take us through some of your keys to the game for what's going to be an interesting second half. That last Byron Center score right before the half gave us a little bit of a football game that otherwise we probably weren't going to be having.
Yeah, Byron Center able to get themselves back into it enough. Finally able to sustain an offensive drive and then capitalize off of it. They got down in the red zone one time earlier in the game, missed the field goal. That kind of changed the swing of things. Could have got them a score and right back into the game a little earlier on in that first half. But the Granville defense has given up some yards at times a little bit, given up a couple long drives, but as we said, got the stop. And it was a penalty late down there in the red zone that cost them a chance to try to come away with a stop. So Byron Center's going to, I think, keep trying to run the football with the quarterback position. That's been pretty much the only thing that's moved the football for them. They've had a little bit of success through the air on a couple passing plays down the field, but I think they're going to continue to have a heavy dose of the quarterback run. So Granville's been able to shut that down at times defensively, but I think that's going to continue to be the primary thing that Byron Center is going to go to. Offensively for Granville, they've been rolling pretty much nonstop. Putting up 32 points again, rather, in the first half. Early on in the game, they had, I think, one miscue, and then you called it where they turned around and there was no one there for the handoff. But since then, the execution's been nearly perfect. A nice mix of the passing game in there a little bit towards the end of the first half as well.
They were stopped at the end of one drive, had to punt it away, but it was kind of a drive they were pinned back in their own territory and kind of an awkward start to the drive that wound up closing things out on that drive pretty quickly on. All right, we are about ready to go. Second half here from Granville, just about to get going.
My next gift card, and this is going to go out to my
Granville got the ball to start the game, as we know, because Tyson Mann took it back to the house. His first of 3 scores he has had so far in this football game. So Byron Center will get the ball to open up the second half of play. We'll see what those Bulldogs can do. Down a few scores here, then you just get to work quickly, so a very critical first drive coming up for them. Granville, they throwback uniforms on our final Thursday night game of the year. It is a throwback Thursday in that regard. It's the maroon uniforms. Numbers are white, trimmed in gold and white. The pants are gold. That's where the old school nature comes in. And then the Granville block G is in white. On the maroon helmet, down the middle, a gold stripe. Byron Center, traveling white uniforms. Numbers in orange. Helmets black, pants black. Here we go. Right to left, Isaac Strock will get ready to send this one away in just a minute. The senior. He'll boot it down to a dangerous return pair in Brady Breet, the senior. and Luke Laska, the sophomore. 12 minutes up on the board, second half just about ready to go. Thanks for tuning in to the Centennial Securities Halftime Show. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the game during our Bates Agency postgame, and we will hand out our Centennial Securities Player of the Game. All right, Strock will send it away, right leg through the ball, angles it down inside the 10-yard line, taking it to the 6 outside the left numbers by Alaska. Evaded one tackler at the 20, over to the 25 and down to the 26-yard line. Whole bunch of Bulldogs, including Aiden Doran, stand over top of them, and a little bit of laundry on the field at the end of the play back around the 30-yard line. We'll have to see what that marker is going to be, CT.
Yeah, likely going to be on Byron Center again and bring this return a little bit back. Yep, blocking the back.
So blocking the back. Last year here at Granville, they put the official mics in, and boy, that has been a great lifesaver to be able to go to the mic'd up officials to get the explanation on some of these calls at the end of plays, although the blocking the back call, pretty easy one to know what was coming there. 11:53 on the clock in Byron Center after the penalty. Once they get this marked out, we'll have to start inside their own 20-yard line. So a big drive for Hunter Schichtel and company here, CT, as the Byron Center Bulldogs look to chip into this deficit they face to start the second half down 32-14 as the potent Granville offense has been rolling again, on pace to go 60-plus right now at the half point. As we know, the second half for Granville, a lot more grinding, a lot more time-conserving. We'll see what they can do. All right, Schichtel breaks him out. I checked that. It's Tungate, the sophomore, breaking him out right here. So the sophomore quarterback, Tungate, will open things up at quarterback. Here's the snap. Fake give. Tungate takes up the middle over the 25 and falls down to the 26-7-yard line. That'll be just enough to move the chains, it looks like. That's an interesting call as they put Schichtel out wide, and Tungate, the faster of the two, he will actually get the first down right on the marker, as it's Tungate able to move the chains on that quick little read option, keeper up the gut.
Yeah, they fake the handoff going around the outside, and instead Tungate just keeps it on a version of the quarterback run once again, able to cut through the middle of the defensive line and pick up a first down on his first snap as quarterback.
First and 10 for the 27. Again, Tungate will stay out there to operate the offense here. 70, the tailback to his right hip. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. Snap to Tungate. It was Schichtel, the wingback, in motion. Tungate takes it straight down. He'll run up the middle over the 35 to the 40. Over the 45-yard line. Staying on his feet past the 50. Pulling 4 Bulldogs with him inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. This kid had an 85-yard touchdown run a week ago. Boy, he has got speed to burn too, CT. I don't know where the thinking was to keep him on the bench for as long as he was, but this is kind of a game changer, the speed that this kid brings at quarterback.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more of a burst than what we saw from Schichtel. Schichtel was effective running the football as well at times, but Tungate showing a burst to get through the line of scrimmage, and the defense is a little bit slow to get there.
First and 10 up to the 43-yard line. 2 wide receiver set. Again, it's Tungate from the gun. Fake handoff. He'll drop the pass. Pressure coming from Adeus. Tucks it down over the 40. Cut move ahead to the 35-yard line where he's wrestled down from behind, but escapes a near sack for 8 yards on first down up to the 35. Tungate all alone has really changed the complexion of this game for the Granville defense, who have got some hands on their hips and have kind of been caught on the back foot to open up this second half.
Yeah, he's changed the game right here, changed the momentum. Still driving down the field and going to have to punch this in, but Tungate giving some energy to this Byron Center offense.
2nd and 2 from the 35-yard line. Clock ticks under 10:10 to go in the third quarter. 32-14 Granville. Tungate, the sophomore, 5'11", 175. We'll break him out one more time. Schichtel is operating as that H-back or wing-back off the left side of the line. 2 receiver set. 7-Ye the tailback. Snap to Tungate. Give 7-Ye up the middle, twisted down. He'll have the first down, though. Got just enough into the Granville linebacking core for 2 yards. It's a first down up to the 33-yard line. 7-Ye, little slow back to his feet. He will be okay, though. But interesting development, what Tungate has done in the run game. You know what it reminds me of? We talk about what Hudsonville has a tendency of doing when they go to kind of that Wildcat-style quarterback. You think of Ike Irish a few years ago, who, of course, was drafted this year in the MLB draft after he moved on to Orchard Lake St. Mary's, but he was a sophomore that year, and Tungate reminds me a lot of that in terms of the running attack. He's going to bring to the table. Granville's going to have to make some changes on offense or on defense that they were not expecting to have to make. 1st and 10 up to the Granville 33-yard line for Byron Center. Tungate, the sophomore, working from the gun. Here's the snap. He'll tuck it straight down and run. Up the middle on the draw. Over the 30. Spins to the 25. Open field 15. 10-5. Touchdown. Logan Tungate, the spin and the explosion, and Byron Center's got some real life now, 32-20.
Tungate again, really not hiding the fact that he's going to be running the football pretty much every time. A little bit of a hesitation behind the line, gets through, and then a nice spin move in the secondary. 33-yard touchdown run and almost over 70 rushing yards just on that drive.
And immediately Coach Landis runs back on the sideline to that screen that the Bulldogs had to start reviewing some film, because there have to be some quick on-the-fly changes with this Granville defense is so great at making, but there's going to have to be some really quick on-the-fly changes made with this quarterback change that have really changed things for Byron Center as they now trail 32-20. And they will go for two. They have to at this point in time if they're going to try to keep pace in this one. And it'll this time be Schichtel operating the offense once more. 3 receivers set, wing back off the right side of the line. So Schichtel from the shotgun. The lefty senior gets the snap, fakes the handoff, drops to pass. Pressure coming, evades one man. He'll tuck it down at the 10. Now he'll throw off the back foot towards the end zone. It's caught a yard short of the end zone by Breet. He is unable to reach the ball out to the goal line, so that's no good on the 2-point conversion. 32-20, Granville over Byron Center, but the Bulldogs of Byron Center with a quick score to open up the second half. We'll be right back here from Granville.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
For over 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
And welcome back here to Granville. Tyson Mann brought back the opening opening kick of the second half for the Granville return unit up to the 34-yard line, and that's where Carson Smith and company will get ready to mark things out and start this Granville offensive drive after Byron Center went right down the field and fairly easily were able to score. Their sophomore quarterback Logan Tungate doing almost all the action. Carson Smith, handoff on to Tyson Mann. Will take it up over the 40-yard line and drag defenders with him to the 42. Gain of 8 yards on first down for Mann. Clock ticks under 8:57 to go in the second half. So the good news for the Bulldogs is still up at this point in time by 2 scores. They have the ability to take their time, to take some time off the clock, which this offense does so well. But still, I mean, the offense has got to be thinking about, we got to score ourselves here, because Byron Center seems to have found a little bit of a magic key to this ball game and what they made on in terms of changes last time. 2 tight end T. Carson Smith steps under center for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 2 from their own 42-yard line. Snap to Carson. Fake handoff, and give on to Jaden Terry. Cutting his way through the line. He'll spin and twist down to the 46-yard line. That will move the chains. I just love Jaden Terry's cut, side-to-side cut through the line of scrimmage. He is so smart, just as a freshman, at finding that hole and quickly cutting through it.
Yeah, a lot of guys would just try to run through the defender, but Terry with the ability to go around, you can see him moving those feet, has the ability to go lateral like that and make a guy miss, even if it's only a 4-yard run like that, enough to get past the chains, bounce off a couple guys, and a nice run.
From their own 46, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Under 8:05 to go in the third quarter. They lead it by 12. Smith, handoff, Mann, blew over one man, shoves another into a pile over the 50 to the 48-yard line where he stood up and sent down. That's Tyson Mann just shoving guys. He'll act as the power back. A team that doesn't necessarily have a traditional Granville power back. Think a guy like Zach Vanderwest a few years ago, but Tyson Mann, normally thought of as maybe more of a scat back. He's pretty tall, pretty big, but using some power right there to get a good gain of 6 yards on first down into enemy territory up to the 48.
Yeah, Tyson Mann been the leading rusher, 7 carries for 88 yards. He's been leading the way for the Bulldogs, not only on special teams, but also in carries and yards.
Plus a ton of all-purpose yards and look at his returns, including that kickoff return. 2nd and 4 for Granville from the Byron Center 48-yard line. 2 high safeties. Defense crowds in. Delayed handoff. Bootleg keeper. Left side over the 50. Shoving defenders. Smith knocked hard out of bounds at the 45-yard line up the left side. And he's still down. Carson Smith awkwardly goes down on the sideline right here and is going to take his time. They're immediately starting to work on him, and they bring Coach Stiegel and some of the training staff over. So Carson Smith, he got taken down awkwardly in a pile right there, and they're working on stretching him out and getting him set on the sideline. He's battled some nagging injuries to start this year. Cash Ruff is immediately up and starting to warm up right now for the Bulldogs on the sideline. So they appear to be expecting that, of course, he's going to have to miss at least one play here, but Cash Ruff going to have to come in for the Bulldogs. A 3rd and 1 coming up from the 46-yard line. What a monumental loss that would be. Is still down right now is Carson Smith. Getting worked on while he is. Just want to remind you, of course, about the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame and its 50th year anniversary. They're looking for your help, so go to grshof.com to do so. Their latest question they're asking is, who was the top West Michigan male athlete that you've watched perform for a West Michigan team or individually in the last 50 years? Carson Smith certainly up there. A guy who's going to play some D1 baseball, and he is back to his feet walking off right here, so that's a very good sign, but he is going to have to leave for at least this next play here after bringing out that injury. So now we're going to see Cash Ruff, the junior, for the first time. Big kid, 6'4", 205 pounds, runs like the wind. A lot of interesting measurables on this guy as he's waiting in the wings right behind the senior Carson Smith, CT.
Yeah, and he's going to be jumping right into a 3rd and short situation. Not a great spot for where Carson Smith looked like he went out of bounds, so going to leave it at 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it will be a 3rd and 2 from the 46-yard line. Under center, Ruff, handoff, Tyson Mann angles left side, bowls his way over the 45, got the first down, pushes the pile down. I think they'll give him the 42 on the forward progress. They will. First down. Tyson Mann, the bully back right now, is a little bit of chopping between the two teams at the end of the play as well right now as they're going back and forth some at this point in time. Carson Smith is coming back in for the Bulldogs. Very, very good sign for Granville there that their senior quarterback is only going to miss the one play that he had to miss. He'll come back in here. 6:35 to go, 3rd quarter, 32-20 Granville. Smith will break him out. Number 18 got that white throwing sleeve on the right arm, and he'll go under center. Jaden Terry, Carson Kopko, Tyson Mann, the tailbacks. Defense crowds in with 2 high safeties. Give on to Terry, bottled up right away, falls forward for maybe a yard up to the 41-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him right back at that 42 for no gain. Byron Center's got 5 or 6 down linemen plus a couple standing edge rushers. They essentially have got 3 guys in what we'll call the secondary, more or less, that are playing, and then everyone else is just crowded right, not even the box, but on the line of scrimmage. They know how to stop the tee, and they have sold out at the line of scrimmage. We've seen Granville get some big plays because of it, but they've sold out to stop the run right away. 2nd and 10 for Granville, up to the Byron Center 42-yard line. 5:50 to go, 3rd quarter. Granville leads by 12. Carson Smith under center. Snap to Smith. Turn and a give to Mann. Big hole left side. Angles over the 35. Cut move up to the 30, where he's tugged down and sent down hard from behind. Brady Breed on the tackle, one of those ranging safeties, but a first down up to the 30-yard line for Tyson Mann, who continues to carry the mail for the Bulldogs. The senior's been Mr. Do-It-Everything right now for this offense, kind of dragging them along on this somewhat sluggish possession.
Yeah, just slowly chipping away at it. That was the biggest run of the drive right there. Tyson Mann able to cut through the left side of the line. Big hole right away where he didn't have to try to put both hands on the football and just churn forward. He was able to get a little bit of speed going.
Stockwell, LaCroix, the tight ends for the Bulldog T unit here. 5:20 to go, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 up to the Byron Center 30. Fake handoff, then the give on to Kopko, backing his way over the 25 down to the 22-yard line. He got 7 yards out of that one, and I don't quite know where he found the 7 yards. He was engulfed right away, but able to push that pile ahead. Good tough run from the junior to get good first down yardage, though. They will give him 7 yards up to the 23. That's a 2nd and 3.
Kopko up to 63 rushing yards. 54 of those came on his long touchdown run. Been shut down mostly other than that, but another nice run there. He was turned around backwards for a little bit, just backpedaling, still keeping his momentum going the right direction. Nice run on first down.
Smith in from the sideline. The call again. Carson, who wears number 2 most weeks in the throwback uniforms, is wearing number 18. Easton Sadinsky in here to the left side for Jaden Terry. Snap. Give. Tyson Mann up the middle. 2 hands on the ball. Bottled up. Bounces away over the 20. He'll get as far as maybe the 19-yard line into that tackling pile. Byron Center able to engulf him right there. Justin Reichert, the inside linebacker, along with a few others, all right there to shut him down. Luke Laska in the middle of the defense. 4:23 and less to go, 3rd quarter, up to the 19-yard line. And that is just enough to move the chains as well for the Bulldogs. They will get a first down up to the 19-yard line here. Back to the 2 tight end tee again. Sadinsky in the backfield along with Kopko and Tyson Mann. Snap to Smith. Give on to Sadinsky. Angles over right guard and turns down to the 15-yard line where he's knocked down from behind by Laska. A couple of fake handoffs thrown in there right now as the Bulldogs are pulling out some misdirection in the backfield, and they get it up for 3 yards on first down. The mark will be the 16-yard line for Sadinsky there. So Sadinsky staying in once more here, as we've seen he and Jaden Terry, the freshman, swapping a little bit more back and forth with Sadinsky healthy. And remember, Juni Figueroa still on the shelf as well, so even more depth will be on its way to the Bulldog backfield shortly. 2nd and 7 up to the 16-yard line. Granville leads at 32-20. Well, under 3.5 to go in the second. Carson Smith turn, give on to Tyson Mann. 2 hands on the ball, bulls over the 15, pushes the pile down as far as the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and medium here for the Bulldogs. We'll see what they decide to break out right here. Certainly 4-down territory with the lead in the way that they are always thinking about working. It's always 4-down territory once the Bulldogs get down here. But Carson Smith will get the call in from Coach Stiegel here. They're taking more time in between each play.
Yeah, starting to feel eerily similar to last week where they put up a ton of points in the first half and then just in the second half moving the football, doing enough, but just a couple yards here and there, enough to move the chains, going 3-4 downs even to move the chains. Still looking to capitalize off with points here now in the red zone, though.
Kind of started in the second quarter. They scored 24 of these 32 in the very first quarter of play. Smith, turn, give up the middle to Sadinsky. He'll angle it right side, inside the 5, diving in the end zone. Touchdown, but a penalty marker is down behind the play. I think that's going to be a hold on the Bulldogs. Also, Carson Kopko came up limping behind the play a little bit. Tyson Mann also slow to get up. Now he's up on his feet. Sadinsky's into the end zone, but this one's going to be coming back, CT, it would appear.
Yeah, I think a penalty on the right side of the offensive line is he's trying to break that one. Sadinsky between the guard and tackle.
There's a hold on Granville. Carson Kopko has limped to the sideline, so Mason Albrecht is going to take his place in the middle of the running back unit for the Bulldogs. We'll see Albrecht. So big holding penalty there. Takes touchdown off the board for the Bulldogs. So it'll be Sadinsky to the left, Albrecht in the middle, Mann to the right side of the Bulldog running back unit. Now it's a 3rd and 14 back to the 23-yard line. 2:37 to go, 2 tight end T. Snap Smith, fake handoff, he'll roll the pass, fires in the flat, caught at the 19-yard line, Mann cuts it up over the 15, and he's shut down by 3 Bulldogs right away. It'll be 4th and medium, and we called it 4-down territory regardless earlier, but maybe a little bit of a decision. They still got to go a little bit right here as Tyson Mann is gathered back to his feet. Granville offense will be staying out there, though, and they will be going for it on 4th and 5 up to the 15-yard line. So if they're able to convert, it will be a 1st and goal. Otherwise, they give the ball back, and what's just a 2-score game right now. 32-20, 2:05 to go, 3rd quarter, clock running down. This feels like maybe the critical play of the game in a lot of ways in terms of how things may be going for Byron Center down the stretch. Here we go, Bulldogs break it out. 4th and 6 is going to be the mark at the 15-yard line. Smith under center. Snap, Carson Smith. Fake handoff, bootleg left to pass, fires off the back foot, wide open, 10-yard line, caught by Sadinsky. He'll turn it up over the 5 and leapfrog a defender down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal. Again, it's the sophomore, wide open, hauling that one in.
A nice play call from the Bulldogs. Able to set it up with a nice play on 3rd down to make it a 4th and short, 4th and medium. Roll out Carson Smith to his left and then have Sadinsky in the flat. Pretty easy pitch and catch. Sadinsky open. Just dumps it off to him and able to turn it upfield.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Under 90 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. 2 tight end T for the Bulldogs breaks out. Carson Smith under center. Snap Smith, give Tyson Mann, angles left side, pulling his way into the end zone. Touchdown Granville. Another one for Tyson Mann. 3 on the ground, 1 more on the kickoff return. What a night for the senior. 38-20 Bulldogs. 1:18 to go in the 3rd, and Granville stretches it.
Yeah, you knew from the opening seconds of this game it was going to be a special game for Tyson Mann, and he adds to his tally right there. A powerful run after the big 4th down conversion.
They look to add the extra point. Jacob Sherry back and healthy this week. We'll get ready to snap. Carson Smith to hold. Isaac Strock looking to add the XP. 38-20 Granville. They've stretched it back up to a 3-score lead. Looking to stretch it a little bit more. Here we go. Snap down to Smith. He'll hold it. Strock, right leg through the ball. That one tumbles up easily right down the hatch and good. 39-20 Granville. 1:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. Weston Brick Mowers have serve the Howland and Greater Grand Rapids area for over 60 years with locations in Jenison and Howland. They carry lawnmowers, string trimmers, leaf blowers, snow blowers, log splitters, generators, chainsaws, tillers, power washers, and much more. Plus, they've got a full-service department to get you ready for next season. So check them out online at westonbrookmower.com. Auto Body experts with locations in Hudsonville, Holland, Wayland, and Zeeland are sure they can help with your repair needs. They offer lifetime written warranties with every repair, so come find them, and they will take away the stress because they are the experts. Check them out online at Auto Body Experts. That's the letter experts.com. All right, Bulldogs right to left with Isaac Strachan. Just added the extra point. You're ready to send it away. And what a night for Tyson Mann, Chandler.
Yeah, I mean, he's been the primary back all night long, whether that's been the powerful runs or a couple big runs from him that we've seen get into some open space.
All right, here we go. Teed up. Brayton Laska. Next, make it Breton Schichtel back to return this. Or Schichtel and Laska, actually. Strock sends it away. Short kick taken at the 15-yard line by Laska. He'll cut it up right up the middle of the field, and he's hunted down to the 25-yard line by Avon Cott. He's able to turn by Cott and spin ahead as far as the 31-yard line on a nice job to fall forward. Decent field position. Here comes Byron Center. So it's a little bit different of an offensive attack after that last drive as the sophomore quarterback, Logan Tungate, he had the touchdown at the end, and he completely changed this offense, Chandler, with his speed.
Yeah, he came into the game at 81 rush yards right down the field, able to capitalize it on a 33-yard run, and we'll see. It looks like he's going to stick at the quarterback position here, and I think, if they were run heavy at the quarterback position with Schichtel in there, I think you have to double down on that now and force him to throw the football. It looked like Schichtel a little bit more of the passing quarterback. They tried to run some variations of that, but just so far seen Tungate run the ball.
Schichtel is the H-back. The quarterback is Tungate. Fake handoff. Tungate going to throw. Pressure coming in the backfield. Spins away from one Bulldog man. That was Jackson in the backfield. Now he'll race back the other way over the 35 to the 40. He's got the first down to the 50. Cuts by a man at the 45 and walks out of bounds at the 41. That was unbelievable from Tungate. He was nearly brought down in the backfield, and instead he races all the way up past the 40-yard line on the other side of the field. Meanwhile, writhing around is Carson Kubchak, the sophomore for the Bulldogs, in pain back at his own 30-yard line. Looks like he's getting stretched out with a potential cramp. But Logan Tungate has turned this game on his head. Stephen Jackson had him dead to rights in the backfield, and instead he turns into a 30-40-yard gain.
Yeah, we talked about forcing him to throw the football. Well, he dropped back to throw, but really the pressure forced him to roll out immediately. Never really got his eyes down the field, and then just into escape mode, able to roll back out all the way across the field to the left and make something happen. And again, whether that's on the designed run or they're just making something happen, you see the burst. The Granville defense a little bit slow to try to corral him.
West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports in Jenison is your source for quality family and sports-related chiropractic care. Visit West Michigan Chiropractic and Sports at www.wmchiropractic.com for more details. Did you know that roller skating is in full swing? Terry Hall Roller Rink in Grandville is open Thursday through Sunday with a variety of hours to meet your family's needs. Visit terryhall.com for details. All skate. Everybody skate. They're still working on Kupchak, the sophomore, back around his own 30-yard line. And have you tried the hottest new restaurant in the area? The Derby Tavern in Jamestown is on everyone's list for fine food and beverage, where friends gather and every hour is happy hour. Visit thederbytavern.com for details. Kupchak back to his feet, and he'll get some help on his way off the field right here. So Byron Center all the way up to the Granville 42-yard line after the Tungate scamper. A sophomore that went 85 yards for a TD last week. I think he's kind of banged up throughout that game a little bit smaller kid, still 175 pounds, but just a sophomore and has really been impressive so far. He is not going to play quarterback here, though. It is going to be Schichtel back in to take this snap up to the 42-yard line. So Schichtel now from the gun. Two receivers set up to the Granville 42. 39-20 Bulldogs. Granville Bulldogs. Give 70, left side, delayed run over the 40, able to squirt out into a pile and push that pile down inside the 35. He's nearly got the first down inside the 35 to the 34. I don't know how that became 8 yards, but he squirted out of one pile into another and then pushed that pile 3 more yards.
Yeah, we're used to seeing the Granville offense move the ball like that. Now Byron Center going to run up tempo just a little bit.
Again, it'll be Schichtel running the offense from quarterback. 2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line. Low snap. Schichtel will run it. Flag is out. Looks like that's going to be a false start. And it is. So false start against Byron Center. And I don't know. I didn't see Tungate run off injured. I'm interested in why Schichtel all of a sudden comes back in to play quarterback. You would think that something must have occurred with Tungate, because I don't think you'd take him out with the way things were going.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've moved the ball right down the field since he came in.
Carson Kupchak also coming back in for Granville here after the penalty is assessed. And I believe we have got a timeout on the field.
It's so good to see his students back in the house.
And it's another Granville injury. Another one of the big guys inside for the Bulldogs. Can't quite pick up the number with where he's currently engulfed by the training staff for Granville. We'll wait out one more time here for the Bulldog defense. They have another injury figured out. 28 seconds on the clock, third quarter. 39-20. Granville over Byron Center. Roll with Kroll and stay cozy this fall. Call Kroll Furnace for all of your heating and cooling needs. And furnace tune-ups are just $95. Terrence M. says that we've been using Kroll Furnace for nearly 30 years and have never had a complaint. So visit KrollFurnace.com for American-made products like Amana. So make sure you choose Kroll Furnace. Injury is Brett Becker, the other Granville sophomore on the offensive and defensive line. He'll find his way off the field right here, and Byron Center will get ready to go to work. 2nd and 7 up to the 39-yard line. Curious to see who will be playing quarterback for them this time. It is again Hunter Schichtel. So you wonder, something must have happened to Tungate. Didn't even see him come up limping or run off the field injured, but it's again Schichtel running the offense. 2nd and 7 from the Granville 39-yard line. Snap to Schichtel. He'll run it straight up the middle. Has some space. Has a gap over the 35-yard line. Past the 30 down to the 28. And a big penalty flag came flying out behind. I think there's going to be a hold on the Byron Center Bulldogs that will be bringing this one back. Otherwise, it's a first down inside the 30-yard line.
That penalty flag thrown right in the middle of the field of play there as Schichtel was breaking through the line.
And that's what it is. As a hold against Byron Center, that will bring that play back. Game has gotten really, really sloppy down the stretch right now.
Yeah, it has a little bit. The entire pace of the game has slowed down. Byron Center, as we're approaching the end of the third quarter, is going to have to continue to speed things up just a little bit. Don't have to rush too crazy yet.
17 seconds on the third quarter clock. I'm sure they were really, really hoping to score once more before the end of this third quarter, so they didn't have to probably start rushing by the time they get to their final couple of possessions. It'll be a 2nd and 16 now, back to the Granville 48-yard line. Schichtel is back. They're going to let the clock run down. That'll do it for the third quarter. We've reached the end of 3, 39-20. Granville over Byron Center. We'll be right back here from Bulldog Stadium.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. 12 minutes on the board, final quarter just about ready. 2nd and 16 for Byron Center. From the Granville 48-yard line, they trail by 19. Schichtel, the senior quarterback, gave it on the end around to Otto. He'll then pitch it on another end around, the double reverse on to Brady Breet, who's into the open field at the 35. Down the left sideline, 20. Cut move, spins inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. That was a tricky little play right there. They gave it first to the wingback on the end around. He then pitches it on a second end around to the sprinting receiver Breet, who came around the outside and is a little slow to get back to his feet. Now he'll get up. Meanwhile, Granville has also got a cramp and an injury out there that they have to deal with once more, as they're dropping like flies on both sides right now, limping off the field, dealing with those cramps and working their way off.
Another incredibly hot night. You see this so often early on in the season. Last week we saw it. Now, again, as we progress later on in this game, we're seeing a lot of guys looking like it's going to be a lot of cramping and just stretching out, hopefully.
That's part of the Bulldogs secondary. Again, with the training staff around, can't quite get the Bulldog number that's down. 10:50 to go, fourth quarter. It's 39-20. Granville leads. Do you have a youth athlete looking to improve their game this fall? Michigan Sports Academies has fall clinics for volleyball, basketball, soccer, and lacrosse starting this September. They focus on quality coaching and have state-of-the-art facilities. Programs are offered for athletes kindergarten through high school. Visit MichiganSportsAcademies.com for more information. That is Easton Sadinsky for the Bulldogs in their secondary. That was down the sophomore. He's back up to his feet, back off the field, and now will be able to take a seat. He will have to take a seat for this play. 1st and 10 now for Byron Center up to the Granville 19-yard line. 10 seconds off the final quarter clock. And for the Byron Center Bulldogs, as you said, they don't have to rush too much, but they definitely want to start thinking about scoring quickly right here to give themselves time. They're still going to need 2 scores after this one.
Got creative there with the reverse play, able to get back into the red zone. Again, going to have to capitalize here. As we said, don't have to do it very quickly, but definitely the quicker the better for as far as Byron Center's offense is concerned.
Byron Center runs it out to the 19-yard line. 11:50 to go, fourth quarter. 39-20 Granville. Again, it is Schichtel, the senior quarterback, running the offense. 2 wide receiver unit. 70, the senior tailback, offset to his left hip. Straight drop to pass here for Schichtel. Fires right side, looking for Otto. Overthrown, incomplete. It'll be second down. Again, had Otto, who had the TD grab from the H-back position earlier. Wide open there, but just overthrows him. It'll now be second down and 10 from the 19.
Yeah, try to get Otto on the corner route. He was open, as you said. Hungerford trying to gain some ground, chasing him, but the ball is slightly overthrown. If that was put a little bit closer, it was an easy walk-in touchdown.
I'm still looking for and wondering what happened to Tungate out there at quarterback, as Schichtel will continue to run the offense after Tungate was so effective to start. And you do see him on the sideline. Of course, he plays safety, and he's just in the pile. So they decide to go to the senior down the stretch. 2nd and 10 from the Granville 19-yard line. Granville leads by 19. Snap to Byron Center's quarterback, Schichtel, the senior. Runs across his body to the right. Fires off the back foot. Underthrown at the 10-yard line. Looking for the sophomore Lee. It'll be 3rd down and 10. A couple of really off-the-mark throws with a little bit of pressure there for Schichtel. Now it's 3rd down and 10 with 11:39 in the 4th. But at least throwing the ball stops the clock for them.
Yeah, it does help a little bit. Just enough pressure on the contain on the outside for Schichtel. That's another tough throw for him. We've seen over the years, we're so accustomed to the Granville quarterbacks being able to make those tough throws across the body. The left-handed Schichtel going to the right. Just never able to get much on that throw on the comeback route.
Carson Kupchak down again for the Bulldogs, and he will get some quick attention right now down on the field. Are you ready to enjoy your career? Royal Technologies is hiring for assemblers, operators, material handlers, and supervisors. No matter what your talents are, there's room for you to learn and grow. Royal offers many benefits such as paid time off, insurance after 30 days, weekly pay, quarterly bonuses, and an on-site gym. And they're even closed on Sundays, so visit them online at gotoroyal.com and apply today at Royal Technologies. High-Tone Cleaners with locations in Jenison and Granville, Wyoming offer professional dry cleaning, laundering, bulk laundry service, shoe care, repair, and more. And they have same-day service if you drop off your items before 9 a.m., including Saturdays. High-Tone Cleaners also offers pickup and delivery service. Check them out at hightonecleaners.com. Kupchak still down, getting worked on. 11:39 to go, fourth quarter. 39-20 Granville. At Barber Ford, they provide a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and customer service. With competitive prices offered on every pre-owned model for sale in their lot, you won't find another reason to visit any other dealership in Holland. Check out their inventory at barberford.net. Kupchak still down. This seems a little bit more significant, possibly, of an injury that they are working on to the Bulldogs sophomore than what he had just a few moments ago, down around the 20-yard line, waiting for this 3rd and 10 play that'll be coming up for Byron Center in just a moment. DJ's Pizza Pub, located in beautiful downtown Hudsonville, serves a variety of outstanding pizzas, including Chicago-style deep dish, thin crust, and other specialty pizzas, along with wings, salads, and subs. You can dine in, carry out, or have it delivered for your convenience. Give DJ's a call at 616-669-9550, or visit them online at djspizzapub.com. Of course, I also want to thank the Granville Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency. See on your screen right now if you're tuned into our enhanced radio coverage, as well as thank you to Centennial Securities. And shout out to everyone watching via the Granville Athletics YouTube page, as we're partnered with them, along with our enhanced radio coverage on that tonight. You can find the link to the Grandville Athletics YouTube page, easy for me to say, through the Michigan Game Night page on MichiganSportsRadio.com. That's MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN. Also remember, normally it comes out Tuesday afternoon. Tune into the MGN Football Tailgate Report. Myself, Chandler, are on that every week. We go over our previous broadcast, come up with what's coming next. We rank around the area, and we normally talk to someone. So this week got a chance to talk to Carson Smith, talk to Coach Stiegel in the past. We'll see what's coming up next week. Remember, next week is a Game of the Week for us. It'll be the Hudsonville Michigan Sports Radio team having the Grandville-Hudsonville game, and we are currently scheduled to be at Holland Christian and Hamilton, so we'll have something coming up for that. Logan Tungate's back, the sophomore, to run the offense here for Byron Center on 3rd and 10 from the 19-yard line. 2 wide receivers set. Schichtel in motion. Fake handoff. Tungate takes it up the middle over the 15. Lowers the head down to the 11-yard line. He'll be just short by several yards of the first down, as the mark will be the 12-yard line. So interesting that we see Tungate on the sideline until 3rd and 10, which you would think to be the passing down, and that's when they bring the running quarterback out. And they do run. They get a lot of the yards back. But now it's 4th down. And they're going to have to save the season, or save the game, not the season yet, but save the game by trying to convert here. It's 4th and 3 from the 12-yard line. First minute gone on the fourth quarter clock, 39-20 Grandville.
Yeah, here maybe a situation where you think you go back to the senior quarterback. They're going to leave Tungate out, or no, well, they got an interesting formation here.
Yeah, they will keep Tungate out there. They're going to utilize Schichtel as the wingback as they eventually get themselves set. From the gun, here's Tungate. He'll drop straight back to pass. The sophomore fires off the back foot. Caught at the 10-yard line by Lee. His fellow sophomore inside the 5, diving to the end zone. Touchdown, Byron Center. Sophomore to sophomore, Isaac Lee getting into the end zone. And Byron Center back on the board, 39-26 with 10:34 in the fourth.
Yeah, they run Tungate out, roll him out right. Looks like maybe he's just going to straight run the ball, but had Lee on a little bubble to the outside, and the entire Grandville defense playing off, so it was an easy throw, and then he's able to turn it upfield and go into the end zone untouched until basically right at the goal line.
All right. Easton Weichers, the freshman, look to add the extra point here. Snap is down, kick is up. 39-20 is the score, I should say, and a whistle and a false start coming. Awarded an extra touchdown to Byron Center there on their last score. They're so quick with the scoreboard here in Granville compared to some places. So 5 more yards going to be added to this extra point attempt. We'll see if they still try the extra point attempt. At this point in time, regardless, is going to remain a 3-score game for them. So now a 25-yard attempt on the extra point here for the freshman Weichers. Snap is down, right leg through the ball, low twister. That is going to die over the upright and go down. And it's 39-27, 10-34 to go in the fourth. We'll be right back here from Granville.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Falling? Need to replace that worn-out carpet or floor? Floor Coverings International makes it easy. They bring their mobile showroom to you. Save yourself the trip and gas shopping around. See a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl in the lighting of your own home. Go to floorcoveringsinternational.com today for your free consultation. Work with one team for a hassle-free experience from the quote to installation. And each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated, so they are local business owners in our community. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
All right, kickoff for Byron Center. Rolls out of bounds. They try to go to the pooch kick, and Granville will take over possession with good field position up to their own 35-yard line. The score is Granville 39, Byron Center 27. So I was right the first time, and then got thrown off. And what has been a heck of a night for yours truly. 10:34 to go, fourth quarter. 39-27 Granville. Carson Smith and company go to work. Hand off up the gut here to Tyson Mann, who bounces his way over the 40 to the 42-yard line, backing down for 6 yards into that tackling pile. Granville unit out there right now is Sadinsky, Kopko, and Tyson Mann in the backfield. And, of course, it's number 17 continuing to carry the mail for the Bulldog offense. He's done so all night long, Chandler.
Yeah, the Dogs offense looking to dial up another drive just like what they executed last time on the field. Trying to eat up as much clock as possible, but continue to move the football. A good run there on first down. Now that second and medium, they can kind of draw up whatever they want here just to keep chipping away.
The right hash mark, 41-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs. 2 tight end T. Carson Smith sits under center. Turns, give to Sadinsky. The sophomore spins ahead into the pile to the 44-yard line. He'll be a yard or two short. He'll be 1 yard short. The mark is the 44. A 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs coming up, and Sadinsky is down and injured. He appears to have a cramp that they're going to have to work on one more time here. You said it. It has gotten almost more humid as the night has gone along here in some respects. It is staying very hot. Sadinsky's back up to his feet and will limp his way off right here. He's put no pressure on that left leg, though, as he's getting up. So trainers quickly get him off the field right here.
Yeah, don't want to speculate too much, but I think just trying to get him off the field so they can stretch him off. This quarter's been so stop and start with players going down left and right and having to get stretched out. I think making an effort to get off the field so the game can continue.
We've gotten pretty much all our ads in the fourth quarter, at least, like ahead of schedule, so that's good. Thank you to the players for that. Up to the 44-yard line, right hash mark. 9.5 to go, fourth quarter, 39-27 Granville, 3rd and 1 here. As Smith and company will get ready to go to work, Jaden Terry comes back in to the left side of the running back unit here. Freshman been used a little bit less than he had to be used in that first week as they've been able to crowding way in here for Byron Center. They are loading up that front line as Carson Smith steps under center. Smith. Snap, turn, give, Jaden Terry. First down, over the 45 to the 50, angling at the 45, spinning away from one defender and pulling a pile, including Leska with him down to the 36-yard line. What a run by the freshman, moving the chains and then some, pulling and pushing defenders with him deep in enemy territory. 9:08 in the fourth, 39-27 Granville.
Yeah, you love to see that from the freshman. Gets the first down and then along the sidelines, doesn't just step out, he's initiating contact as he continues to fight forward, spins off a couple defenders, and picks up a couple extra yards at the end of that run.
Carson Smith breaks it out from the sideline of the call. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, up to the Byron Center 37-yard line. They lead at 39-27, under 9 minutes to go. Snap to Carson, turn, give, Jaden Terry, the freshman, bouncing off the first tackling wave, and then 3 more engulf and cut him down at the 35-yard line. Bencher Simon, the junior, in on the tackle, leading the tackle for Byron Center. 8:38 and less to go. That clock bleeding in the fourth quarter. 39-27 Granville. 2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line coming up. And the Bulldogs certainly taking their time between each play right here. 2 tight end T. Carson Smith under center. Jaden Terry to the left. Carson Kopko in the middle. The right back is Tyson Mann. 2 tight end unit. Give Tyson Mann over left guard. Nowhere to go. Spun down from behind by the big senior Tim Clay. Back at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs. They get nowhere on 2nd down.
Yeah, well, a few times Bulldogs offense, the offensive line hasn't got a whole lot of ground. They didn't get much room for man to go there, and Byron Center now in a 3rd and long situation. A good opportunity for them to try to get a stop here. You imagine if the Granville offense picks up really anything here, they're going to be probably going for it either way, but Byron Center, after executing on 1st and 2nd down, now in a good spot on 3rd down.
3rd and 8, right in between the hash marks from the 35-yard line. Carson Smith taking his time to step under here. 2 tight end T. Defense crowding in. 3 at the top line. Give, Jaden Terry stretches outside of the 35, cuts it up down to the 31, pushing a pile. That'll shut him down at the 31. It'll be 4th and 3 or 4. And I think they're going to give him they will give him the mark to the 31-yard line. At first looked like the mark was going to be even further behind where that was. So they will give him the 31. It'll be a 4th and 4 for Granville here. 7:08 and less to go, fourth quarter, 39-27. Coach Stiegel will go it go for it. He's having an extended word with the senior quarterback. Here's Smith, wearing 18 tonight. Trots in from the sideline with the call. Relays the message to either side of the huddle and breaks them out quickly. 4th and 4 for Granville. They lead at 39-27, under 7 minutes to go in the ballgame. Looking to put it away up to the 31-yard line. Need a big conversion right here. Defense crowding in. Loaded up front line. Smith, after the hard count, goes back to the sideline, and Coach Stiegel calls a timeout. So they'll have time to talk about this a little bit more. 6:40 to go, fourth quarter. 39-27 Granville. We'll be right back here from Bulldog Stadium.
And let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, we're in
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All four-wheel squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a heat. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorite.
All right, Bulldogs breaking out of this timeout very quickly. They'll go to work. 4th and 4 from the 31-yard line. They lead at 39-27. 6:40 to go. Granville with the lead, looking for a big conversion. Senior quarterback Carson Smith under center. Defense moving around for Byron center. Snap to Smith. Give fake to Jaden Terry. Fires off the back foot. Caught at the 21-yard line. Tyson Mann racing in the open field of 5. Diving down towards the goal line. Tackled by Tungate from behind. He's down at the 1. First down inside the 5. It's a first and goal for the Bulldogs. Nearly a touchdown, but Tyson Mann coming up with a huge reception. 6.5 to go. The Bulldogs can either punch it in, or regardless, then they'll still have a chance to also bleed some clock right here even more. Already leading 39-27. That might have been the exclamation point on the ballgame, CT.
Yeah, absolutely huge conversion on 4th down, and how many times don't you see the Bulldogs offense in a grinded out quarter in a drive like this, able to pick up just enough yardage to where they're getting in 3rd and 4th in manageable situations. None bigger in this game than that one right there, and a nice play action pass to get to Tyson Mann, who's been the big playmaker all night long for another big gain.
6:13 and less to go. First and goal from the 1. 2 tight end T for the Bulldogs. Terry, Kopko, Mann behind Carson Smith. Defense crowds in. Give. Jaden Terry, the freshman, bowls his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Granville. 6:01 to go in the 4th, and the Bulldogs put it away on the legs of the freshman. 45-27 Dogs.
Yeah, the rushing attack, again, going to capitalize off getting great field position at the 1-yard line. All they had to do is fall forward, again, off the play-action pass. Able to open up the game, get down to the goal line, and punch in once again and get a little more comfortable lead for Granville.
So the freshman puts his stamp on this one, and it's 45-27 with 6 minutes to go. They'll go for 2. Snap Smith, fake give, bootleg right to pass. Running with LaCroix, fakes the pass, touches it over the head of LaCroix, overthrown. That one never really opened up as he and LaCroix were just running, trying to find a way to get open. 6:01 to go, 4th quarter, 45-27 Granville. We'll be right back to Bulldog Stadium.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
What could be better than a thick, crispy, cheesy to the edge Detroit-style pizza? How about the best Detroit-style pizza? You won't find it in a hut, and it definitely doesn't come from a focus group or a committee. Nope. Because the best Detroit-style pizza on the planet only comes from Detroit, and it's made by Jets. Jets Detroit-style pizza. Better because it has to be.
Welcome back to Granville. 6:01 to go, 4th quarter, 45-27 in Granville, and Isaac Strock left right to boot it away again. Strock will send it away. Short pooch kick will be fielded off the bounce at the 15-yard line and immediately taken straight out of bounds by Luke Laska, the sophomore. He'll get as far as the 20-yard line, and that's where Byron Center will go to work. Efficient little pooch kick. That's exactly what you draw up right there to take away the return and also mitigate any decent field position on it right from the 20-yard line. Byron Center goes to work. 5:59 to go, fourth quarter. So he said they haven't had to push it too much. Now their offense has to work very quickly, and they have to probably start getting some onside kicks to go along with it.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have things break their way here, but it starts by trying to get something going offensively. Whether they're going to stick with the game plan that they've had, or we're going to see them start to air the ball out a little bit more.
Schichtel, the senior, back to work here from the gun. From his own 20, fake handoff, drop to pass, fires in the flat, caught by Brady Bree, able to avoid Stockwell over the 20 and falls into a pile at the 26-yard line. Good job to get 6 yards out of that, out of the screen by Bree. 5:47 and less to go, fourth quarter, and Byron Center working quickly, down 45 to 27, second and 4 from their own 26-yard line.
2 minutes left. Okay, Red fans, 2 minutes left.
Bulldogs shifting up their unit right now on the offensive line. Connor Morse comes in to play defensive end. As Schichtel will break the offense out. 2 receivers left, nobody goes right. Shotgun, 4-down lineman for the Bulldogs. Snap to Schichtel. Fake handoff, drop to pass. The lefty peering, looking deep over the middle, in stride, unable to hang on with some good coverage late. That was the tight end running free down the seam. Devin Champlin, the junior, unable to hang on to that one. Good coverage by the converging secondary for the Bulldogs on him. It'll be 3rd down and 3 back at the 26-yard line. Clock stops at 5:12 to go.
Yeah, wide open right down the hash mark there. Throw was on the numbers too, just bobbled initially. I think if the defender hadn't been there, he probably gets it on the second go-around, but just that bobble enough to where the hit caused the incompletion.
Byron Center breaks it out. 5:12 to go, fourth quarter. 45-27, 3rd and 3 from their own 26. Schichtel from the shotgun. Snap, he'll roll straight left across his body to throw. Pressure coming from Morse. Able to tuck it down, get away from him. Over the 30. First down, 35-40. Right sideline, walks out of bounds as he's forced out right there on the angle by Cott. Up to the 45-yard line. The quick legs from Schichtel able to turn nothing into something right there and move the chains for Byron Center. Clock stops at 5:04 in the fourth. 45-27.
A couple times the Granville defense has been so close to getting their hands on the quarterback. That time again, multiple players in the backfield, but Schichtel decides to tuck it at just the right time. It's a nice gain.
Byron Center going to work. Schichtel in the shotgun. 2 wide receiver set, both left with the ball on the right hash mark. 4-down lineman for the Bulldogs. Wing back in motion. Fake handoff. Check that. It's the sophomore in at quarterback. Tungate throws one hard over the middle. Caught at the 45-yard line by Laska. He's laid out but able to hang on to it, first down. So they suddenly and quickly decide to bring Tungate back into play quarterback. He delivers a strike over the middle. We're into Granville territory up to the 45-yard line. I am very off balance, as well as the Granville defense by this quarterback shifting strategy. It's again Tungate playing quarterback. The wingback is Schichtel. 2 receivers set. 1st and 10 from the Granville 44. Granville leads 45-27. Tungate drops the pass. Throws in the right flat. Caught at the 42-yard line and wrestled out of bounds is Champlin, as he's able to take it over the 40 to 39-yard line. 2nd down, 4.5 to go, fourth quarter. 45-27.
Short side of 5.
Clock did not stop as it went out of bounds. The Byron Center coaches that sit right next to us in the press box are waving their hands like mad, trying to get the official score. I think he thought I was the scorer. I'm not. That'd be bad for everyone, as we learned that earlier in last quarter. As Byron Center now will get that clock to stop, and they'll get a bit of a reset as well. That kind of helps as the quick official timeout to stop the clock, reset it. We'll give him a chance here. 7:10 to go, fourth quarter, 45-27, 2nd and 5 for Byron Center. They trail Granville. They're up to the Bulldog 39-yard line. They've been shifting their 2 quarterbacks, just back and forth consistently in the second half of this ball game. It is going to be Tungate running the offense here. Schichtel is the wingback. Breet and Lee are the wide receivers.
I think still a discussion here. The time's still not right on the board. Correct. Here.
The clock stopped, but they didn't get it set to the number it needs to be at.
There we go.
There we go. Maybe not. Now it's 4:30. Now we are right. Okay. That makes much more sense how it got reset. Now 4:30. Now we're correct. Snap to Tungate, fake handoff, pressure coming. It's Jackson off the edge, forcing him to tuck it down. He runs into a Granville pile past the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Stephen Jackson off the edge has been all over the place. They've got both Jackson and Medeiros who anchor the offensive line on either end of the defensive line. I love this strategy from KJ Landis. It's different than you normally think. You normally think more of the speed rushers on the end. He puts the big guys on the end. They anchor that outside. They manhandle the tackles, and then they have the speedsters like Nesbitt in the middle that can run free with some of those lanes created defensively. 4 minutes and less to go, fourth quarter. 45-27 Granville. 3rd and 5 for Byron Center from the Granville 39-yard line. Snap to Tungate, the sophomore. Fake handoff, drops to pass. Floats one at the 30-yard line. Overthrown, and 4th down coming up.
Fake to give to Laska, and then he went on a wheel route right off from that, and then Tungate floated it out in front of him just a little bit too much.
4th and 5 now for Byron Center. 3:49 to go in the 4th. .349 fourth quarter. 45-27 from the 39-yard line. Byron Center will break it out. Again, Tungate the quarterback. Schichtel now working as the wingback. 3 wide receivers set here. Bulldogs with just 2 down linemen. A bit of a psycho front as they're shifting things around. Snap to Tungate. Straight drop to pass. Has some pressure. Tucks it down, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line. Got a piece of the legs. He didn't get enough for the first down. That's a turnover on downs, and it's Granville football. Landon Hunt busting through, wrapping up the speedy sophomore. 3:43 to go, and that officially should do it.
Yeah, the Bulldogs defense bringing pressure from the outside forced the quarterback to step up through the middle of the offensive line, and then Hunt there to get just enough around the legs and bring him down before he ever got enough momentum to get close to the first down.
All right, Carson Smith and company will break them out. Granville starts at their own 39-yard line. 3:43 to go. They lead at 45-27. And it's looking like back-to-back impressive wins for the Granville Bulldogs. By the way, there are some adversaries in the OK Red that are looking like they're going to fall tonight in their final non-conference game. Tyson Mann gets the handoff, stutter step over the line, and dives down to the 44-yard line for a gain of 4 or 5 on first down for Tyson, who continues his amazing night.
Yeah, 124 rush yards to go with 38 receiving yards, and even more when you consider all-purpose and special teams as well.
Of course, remember the defensive role. He plays as well for the Bulldogs. A lot of free safety in his time. Open it up with a kick return. He's had a trio more touchdowns in the time to follow. 3:05 and less to go. Fourth quarter. 2nd and 5 for Granville up to their own 44. Jaden Terry back out there to the left side of the line. Handoff Tyson Mann. Cuts over the line, over the 50 to the 45-yard line. He's got blockers down to the 40. Down to the 35 and stumbles into a pile down to the 33-yard line. First down. A little bit more for Tyson Mann's great night as we go inside. 3 minutes to go. He's got a chance to maybe make it 5 total touchdowns on the night if he can get another one here. Blake Otto on the tackle. 2:43 to go. Fourth quarter. 45-27 Granville. Carson Smith trots in from the sideline.
Final score, Orchard Lake.
2.5 to go, fourth quarter.
Hudsonville, 14.
Orchard Lake St. Mary's 1-point lead over Hudsonville. Right now, by the way, looking at other parts of the OK Red, Rockford is losing to Mona Shores as well. Smith turns, give on to Jaden Terry, who will drive the pile up to the 30-yard line for 3 yards. 2:07 and less to go, fourth quarter. Saw more of a mixed Chandler out of the running back group tonight, but Tyson Mann really led the way. Carson Kopp got a big score. Jaden Terry gets on the board again. Great play by Sidinsky. I mean, we saw a couple different things out of this running unit. There wasn't quite as easy yards as they had week 1 against a team that really knows how to stop the T, but it was impressive the way that they were still able to find different ways and still are working on potentially putting up 50-plus points based on what happens at the end of this one. Under 1:40 to go in the fourth quarter here. 45-27. Carson Smith under center. Snap Smith. Give to Tyson Mann up the middle. Stutter stepping with 2 hands on the ball. Ran right into the pile and got sent down. Blake Otto and others were standing over top of him. He got the 29-yard line. It will be 3rd down and about 6 for Granville here. Under 120 to go. The Bulldogs are certainly taking their time. They can just about run this thing down.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Byron Center are going to use any of their timeouts that are remaining. Just going to let the clock run down. So you imagine one more snap here, and that'll take us pretty close to the end.
45-27. And Granville going to open the year 2-0. Byron Center, good performance down the stretch for them. They had a tough week 1 battle. They had to go to overtime to win that one, and they were able to show some things to the Granville Bulldogs, but this D1 powerhouse, the Bulldogs, kept it rolling. Jaden Terry drives ahead to the 25-yard line. He'll be just short of the first down. There's 42 seconds left, so they'll have to run one more play, but we'll see if kind of a handshake agreement leads to not running one more play on this one. One Byron Center Bulldog slow to get back to his feet, and getting back up to his feet is Hunter Pulaski, the junior. Granville will walk away from it, and they're going to start walking to the handshake pile, so we will see that handshake agreement I talked about. We will not see one more play run, and we've got a final. 45-27, Granville 2-0. A dominant effort again for the Bulldogs as they get ready to head into the meat of their OK Red schedule. It starts with Hudsonville next week, and this was an impressive one. Welcome in, 45-27, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber. This is our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency post-game show. Do it in different ways in this ball game as they let off the fireworks across from us, but they had to do it in different ways tonight, CT. The offense found a way, the defense found a way down the stretch to make adjustments to Byron Center's adjustments and get the win.
Yeah, another impressive test that the Bulldogs here able to pass, and as you said, had to do it in some different styles, but also kind of a similar game script to what we saw last week, where the offense explodes early on, and then in the second half able to slow things down offensively enough and come away with enough defensive stops to where they had a pretty comfortable lead most of the way.
All right, fireworks above the stadium to match the fireworks on the field for the Bulldogs tonight. 45-27, Granville over Byron Center. We'll be right back. We've got a lot more to break down from this one.
Hello, West Michigan sports fans. I am Mark Kimball. I'm president of the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. This is our 50th year, and in our 50th year, we like to sit around and chat about all the great things that have happened in the world of sports in our community. I need your help in helping me remember which of those athletes, teams, and events were the most important or the most fun for you to participate in. We're running a series of surveys that are asking for your input in identifying your favorite sporting events over the last 50 years. Some of my favorite events were the very first Whitecaps game or the very first Hoops game. What were your favorite events? And then I like to think about who are the best athletes that we've seen in the last 50 years, both from a female and a male perspective. And finally, tell me who your favorite team is and what they accomplished over the last 50 years. I look forward to hearing from you on your favorite sports memories.
Tyson mann with a 79-yard kickoff return started things off. Carson Smith with a 2-point conversion. Then Carson Capco with a 54-yard run. Smith to Easton safety.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
And welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber. This is the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency post-game show. And in the battle of the Bulldogs, it's the Bulldogs, the Granville Bulldogs, that is, that come out with a win in this one. 45-27, your final score, CT. Quickly, I'll first get out of the way. Some of our scoring recap from the second half. At the half, Granville led 32-14. Two scores either way in the second half. It was first Byron Center's Logan Tungate, the sophomore, who came in and ran for 80-plus yards on the first drive of the second half. He finished it off with a 33-yarder. Their two-point conversion was no good. It was 32-20. Tyson Mann then had a 3-yard plunge for his fourth total touchdown of the night. Isaac Strock added the extra point. It was 39-20 Granville at the end of the third. And in the fourth quarter, each team scored once. Tungate found Lee on a 12-yard strike, 39-27 after the extra point. And Jaden Terry had a 1-yard plunge for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are no good on the two-point conversion as Smith was incomplete trying to find LaCroix. 45-27, your final score. Chandler, take us through some stats, and then we'll hand out our Centennial Securities Player of the Game.
All right, yeah, we'll start on Byron Center's side. Schichtel, when he was in there, most of his damage came in the first half when he had some more playing time at quarterback, but 136 passing yards to go with 96 rushing yards. The other quarterback, Tungate, 115 rushing yards to go with 31 passing yards. Not a lot of success on the ground other than that. Savigny had 15 yards through the air, leading receiver with 84 yards. For Granville, Carson Smith, 109 passing yards to go with 8 rushing yards. Jaden Terry, 59 rush yards. Kopko, 63 yards. Mann, 148 rushing yards with 38 receiving yards. And Sadinsky, 3 rushing yards, 71 receiving yards.
All right, and from that, our Centennial Securities Player of the Game, Tyson Mann. Goes without saying, he brought back the opening kickoff and found Pater 3 more times and just led the offense. This was the Tyson Mann show tonight. He'll be one of the senior captains that we'll get a chance to talk to in the upcoming weeks on our Captain's Corner segment, certainly. And I look forward, whenever we do get a chance to talk to him, to going back and talking about this week's performance, because this was a kind of career marker for Tyson Mann tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you really saw the full display of everything that he can do, all wrapped up into one game. From the first kickoff, you see the playmaking ability, you see it out of the backfield, you see him when he's out wide and lined up in more of a receiving back role as well. So, I mean, he can do a little bit of everything, and it was on full display tonight.
Absolutely, it was. All right, a lot more to break down. Grandville 2-0 in the year. Byron Center falls to 1-1. The Bulldogs have Hudsonville next week. We're going to talk about next week. It's going to be a different Michigan sports radio team that's got the coverage of the Granville game. We'll be at one of our games of the week, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what's coming up, the tailgate report, and a lot more. Just one last break, because we want to thank our presenting sponsor, Centennial Securities, the presenting sponsor of our Player of the Game Award, as well as the Scott Bates Granville Farmers Insurance Agency, our title sponsor here with Michigan Game Night. So we'll be right back, and we'll finish off coverage on this one. Bulldogs win. Granville Bulldogs, that is, here tonight at Bulldog Stadium.
Thank you, guys. Tristan, what do you want me to do with your shirt?
Jerry opened the letter. An eviction notice? He and his family couldn't bear to move again. It was warm and they had plenty of space for their acorns. Anxiety took a hold of him. Then suddenly...
You've got squirrels in your engine and they chew through the wiring.
And it was covered, thanks to a farmer's agent. Engine Bay Squatters, May 23rd, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today at 616-531-3441. Your local farmer's agent who helps you plan for the unexpected.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Holland Christian.
And welcome back, Nate Dreyer and the Timberwolves. This is Scott Bates, Farmers Insurance Agency postgame show. Granville 2-0 on the year. They win 45-27 over Byron Center. So what's up next week? It is one of our game of the weeks. As Granville Hudsonville will be on another Michigan Sports Radio team. Ron and company will have that coverage on MichiganSportsRadio.com. We'll link to it on all of our social media as well as our MGN page, so you can find it easily. It's just the Listen Live page on Michigan Sports Radio. Pretty easy, I'd say, to find. But Chandler, a tough battle for Hudsonville tonight. They're going neck and neck down the wire with Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Big one for Granville if they want to try to carry some momentum. If they take these 2 wins, have another good performance against Hudsonville, and then you've obviously got the likes of Rockford and Caledonia in the following weeks, and the couple of following weeks, West Ottawa going to fit in there as well. schedule gets interesting here, and that'd be a really, really good win if Granville can go 3-0, put themselves in good position in the red, good position in the playoff chase.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've already passed the first 2 hurdles of the season. The non-conference schedule is going to be hard enough, and then, of course, you always jump right into the OK Red and face a tough test in Huntsville, a team that's they've gone back and forth with a lot in the last couple seasons. Another team that even if they lose tonight at 0-2 is going to be a borderline playoff team.
They'll be hungry.
They're going to be very hungry. They've played a very difficult schedule last season and this season as well. I'm going to look to get right once the conference schedule starts for them as well.
All right, where are we going to be? We are going to be at Holland Christian High School for an OK Blue rivalry. Hamilton and Holland Christian. You know, we're Hamilton grads, so we know a little bit of a rivalry game there between those two teams. An interesting game. Hamilton played no one really the first 2 weeks. I don't want to minimize, of course, anyone, but Hamilton playing a really interesting schedule. You know, I think they had Benzie Central now tonight. Team they've gone back and forth with in the past, but playing smaller schools. Holland Christian beat up on Holland week 1, so a lot of unknowns. I mean, 2 teams that have already played 2 games, but I feel like we don't really know anything. You've got kind of more of a spread attack, more of a passing attack in Holland Christian. Hamilton runs the old school double wing formation, so there's going to be a lot of interesting things that we're going to learn in that game. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm excited to get to watch one of the homeschool teams there as I've watched a couple games when we haven't done broadcasts for Granville the last couple seasons, but able to do a broadcast of Hamilton there. I think a classic rivalry game where you pretty much throw everything out the window, even at what you do know at that point. Yeah. You think one team's better than the other, and then that gets thrown completely out the window. And so I have definitely been on the losing side of that rivalry, but excited to see what plays out here.
Rivalry definitely in the Holland Christian's direction over the past, or really since the program was formed in 2004, 2005, whatever it was. So, that'll be interesting, and I'm looking forward to that. Make sure you tune in to the MGN Football Tailgate Report. That'll be out. You can find it through all of our social media on our YouTube page where it will come out. That'll be out likely Tuesday afternoon. As I said, we will... We'll see what we're going to do on that one. We'll have a player on. We'll see. We may actually go to the Hamilton-Holland Christian game, try to find someone to talk to. We may talk to Granville. We got to kind of figure out what that show is going to look like. We'll look around the area. We'll do some rankings. We'll look ahead. We'll talk about Granville-Hudsonville a lot because that's even though we are going to be at that game, our hearts and minds are going to certainly be focused on what's going on at Hudsonville for what's going to be a really fun game there. But the main talking point, I think a lot of Granville fans will be really, really excited if they know that they got to lead the second game of the year 2-0 with the tough non-conference schedule that they had. They did just that. They scored nearly 50 points in both of their first 2 games of the year. The offense looked very good. The offense looked like it could kill clock as well in the second half when it came winning time. So I think a very solid start, to say the least, for Coach Stiegel and company. For Chandler Timmer, I am Nate Dreyer signing off. We'll see you on the Tailgate Report. We'll see you next weekend. Back to Friday nights as Friday Night Lights gets to finally get underway as we get through Labor Day this weekend. Everyone have a good weekend. We'll see you on the back side of the holiday weekend with our show and with the coverage. Granville wins the Backyard Bulldog battle on the first ever meeting of Granville Byron Center. We'll see you next time.